I'm Freiburger, that's Finnegan. This is the show where we play with cars and you point and laugh. We call it Roadkill.
What do you do when you got $1,500 cash and 4 days off of work?
A lot of guys would go to Vegas and blow it on strippers. But what we're gonna do is take this dart, throw it at that map. Wherever we land, we're gonna buy a car, get all the way home for $1,500. Not only that, we're gonna put it on eBay the second that we buy the thing and try and get our money back before we even get home.
Please don't hit Mexico.
All right, on you. Blindfold.
Oh, I don't like where this is going. Oh, dude. Why is the hairy guy got to get blindfolded? Point me in the right direction.
No! Right on the Mexican border.
Not going to Mexico.
It's...
Suspense is killing me, dude.
It's
Where's
Mexico.
It at?
No, but you can see El Paso from there. That's where MSD is. Todd's there. He'll help us out.
Put this back down and rip it off my face. Oh! Oh, is there fur on that? We're going to El Paso. Woohoo!
We're in El Paso, Texas, and that's Mexico over there. And this is my buddy Todd, who works at MSD in town, and you're gonna show us some junk, huh?
Yeah, we found some stuff. We're gonna go check it out and get you a car so you can drive home.
We hope.
We hope.
Let's go.
We'll make it. It'll be fine.
I think your wagon's gonna make negotiating kind of difficult.
We should leave it around the corner.
Yeah. You've sent me links to this guy's stuff forever. I'm kind of excited to actually see it. You didn't tell us about the hearse.
Ah, dead people.
Dead. I want to know why they've got the glass between the dead guy and the driver. It's like, you know, the New York cab.
For the smell.
Okay,
so there's a hearse, here's the truck.
I kind of like the patina, I gotta tell you. This is pretty nice, but he wants $1,500 for this? Does the guy deal? I mean, he's not gonna take $800 for it, is he?
I don't think so.
We'll make it home in this though, because it's okay.
It does say that.
It gives me a lot of confidence.
Oh! Dude, you didn't tell me about the King Cobra.
I don't think we're gonna get home in this. It's missing a few parts.
This is the Chevelle. I think we're striking out. Do you know that this one runs and drives?
They said they got this one started, but that's about it. I don't know about driving it too much.
We need something that just drives.
We got a couple other things to look at. The hearse is good though.
Stand away from it.
Something's gonna hitchhike with us now that we've been inside the hearse.
Hey Todd, I'll give you $1,500 for the wagon.
Nah.
You gonna get eaten?
They have a big dog.
So how much is this one?
He was asking $3 on eBay.
$3?
A little bit of Bondo.
Look at the rust. Whoa.
Whoa. Hi, doggy.
Hey, buddy.
Don't kill me.
Do we know this one runs and drives?
It's been a while since they've driven it, obviously.
Todd, you're failing me. We're not finding any cars where we can get our money back.
I'm kind of looking at it though, like we could have either gone to Vegas and thrown it down on black and lost our asses, or we go throw it down on a car and lose our asses. It's the same thing, as long as we have fun.
But I agree with you. It's all about the adventure, but I only want to do that if the car is cheap enough that we don't really care about getting our money back. What do you think of that Pontiac for $850? It's a 72 Catalina.
I like Catalinas.
The ad's not in English. Well, let's go check out the Pontiac.
Those are some pretty sweet fake-ass hubcaps. Did you see the bumper sticker?
Yeah.
Have a nice eternity.
I will. Okay, so the value of this thing is that we can probably hash the guy down to like $500, and then it doesn't matter what we flip it for. We can sell it for $48 on the way home and we're still gonna come out ahead.
Out of everything we looked at, this is the first one that makes me actually want to call the guy.
This thing has character and it might even do burnouts. Ooh, 402 jet. Yes.
Oh, he said the ignition switch didn't work. There's something under the dash that we got to fiddle with to get it fired up.
Sounds like fun.
There's that. I don't know, I'm not as good. Go ahead and give it a pump. Oh, there you go. Oh, hell yeah.
Man, look at
Listen
that.
to that thing.
That's one hell of a car alarm right there.
$650 for the Catalina. We kind of had a language barrier with the guy, but we talked this down from 850 bucks to 650, and we own it. And it's gonna get us home in one piece. Anything goes wrong, I blame you.
As long as you're 50 miles away, I don't care.
850 bucks, 850 miles. The adventure begins now.
We could die.
We could die. This is nice.
There we go. Candy, because I'm starving.
You spent $2.59 on candy, $2.15 on toilet paper. I spent $64.45 on gas. Whoops. $7.80.81.
That candy was really good too. Worth every penny.
If we run out of money and I need $2.59, I'm taking out of your hide.
You have to catch me first. We all know I run faster.
Let's go. It just died and won't fire back up. I think it's the sock on the pickup tube inside the gas tank.
I hope we don't have to take the tank out now that we just put 20 gallons in it.
Me too.
Ooh, can you get the back wheel up on the curb so it's up off the ground?
Yeah.
You might want to get in and stop it though. Get in, dude, get in. Get in the car.
I'm trying to use a piece of wire to clear out the plugged pickup in the tank, but we don't have anything long enough.
3 miles down the road, already broke.
Okay, I created a gas leak, and this is wet.
Sounds promising. Is it in your armpit yet? Because that's
Nope.
how you know when you got good flow.
Okay, let's crank.
Oh, beautiful.
I just bashed my quarter panel.
Sorry about your curb. Oh.
Okay, we stopped to get some junk so we can fix the car again if we have that fuel system problem, and we're probably gonna get a fan belt too.
$25.96 down the toilet.
Dude, all right, receipt, give me the cash. Don't short me.
3 pennies, 4 pennies. Let's ride.
755 bucks seems a lot like enough money to get home until you realize that this turd is gonna drink a lot of gas. Bean burrito, $2.50. I'm all over it.
I could get the Pancho Villa, which is a steak for $12, but I want a slice of pie. So I'm gonna get a hamburger instead for $5.95, saving $6.
I'm gonna splurge on you tonight, son.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, $743 and some change.
I thought we had 55 or 755 something. You've been holding out on me. What did you buy?
I don't know.
You've been eating? You son of a bitch.
10 bucks vanished. We're loading the car up on eBay Motors right now. It's Sunday morning, so I'm gonna put it on a 3-day auction. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is when we hope we get home, and I hope we have the thing sold by the time we get there.
Now it's only a matter of time before we achieve fortune and glory via eBay.
Okay, handle it.
Off like a prom dress.
Ooh, dirt road. Let's break in the suspension.
This is the part where the muffler gets dragged off.
Yeah. We're out in the middle of nowhere, sort of stuck, sort of judging by the map in the iPhone. We know where we are, but every time we go up a hill, the carburetor floods, which is why I have this implement of bashing, because every time it floods, the needle and seat sticks. It's a wonderful thing.
I got this.
Okay. Safe vehicle for desert travel. Always be prepared. Wow, the gas here is only $3. That's $1 cheaper than back home. Oh, and already bid to $355 on eBay. Yeah. We stopped at the old mining town of Bisbee, Arizona, which is right down at the Mexican border, and it's a very historic place, but this street is like stopped in time. And we met some of the guys that have these buildings, and they're packed with cool old cars and bikes.
Studebaker, Hudson, parked next to each other on the same street. I've never seen two of these parked next to each other. It's amazing, this place that we're at.
Welcome to Lowell, Arizona. This little street was founded in the late 1800s, and back in the 1970s, the mines pulled out, and when the mines pulled out in the 70s, this whole town of Bisbee tanked. This street's called Lowell, and it's been a long, hard crawl to get the street up to where it is now, and right now, Lowell is predominantly owned by the mining company who would love to knock this street down and get the ore, the copper and the gold and the silver beneath it. So we're hanging in there tight. There's a lot of love for motorcycles, a lot of love for old muscle cars here in Lowell. My father came here in 1928. I was born here in 1954, and I want to welcome you to Lowell, Arizona. This is a 1948 Chrysler. And what's really cool, when it's cold in the winter, and I can't afford to heat this whole house, I'll come out and sit in this car and make my phone calls and do business in the cab. This is what they call an 841 Indian. And it's a shaft drive. It's got the same shape as a Moto Guzzi. And again, that was to fight Rommel in the desert. Very rare. That's one of the coolest bikes I've got. When I die, I don't know who's going to go through this shit, but it's going to be intense.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they'll scrap it.
Yeah, probably.
Man, Jay's got a bunch of bitchin' stuff, but we gotta hit the road if we're gonna get home on time. We just got another bid. $510.
Woo! We're rich.
Finnegan way overspent on dinner.
Doesn't matter, this is still breakfast for tomorrow.
And lunch, because we can't afford anything else. Ooh, yeah!
Wow.
That right there is breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days.
That keeps really good.
Apparently Pontiac trunk is not the best refrigerator. Okay, last night we stayed in a hotel that I swear looked like they had spray painted over a triple homicide. It was so bad.
That wasn't a hotel, dude.
It wasn't.
That was a hostel.
And we paid $40 and, oh no, we paid $45 for the privilege of staying there. I dropped 6 cents, and as I've noted here, dropped on hotel floor, refused to pick it up. So we lost 6 cents as well.
It stuck to the floor. It was that dirty.
It was gross.
Yeah, let's put this back in here.
Put that in the fridge.
Back in the refrigerator. vacation has been so killer thus far that we're feeling froggy. We're gonna spend almost the last of our money renting four-wheelers in Yuma, Arizona to have a little fun, and then we're gonna bonsai home. Watch me go roost my boss. Gassing the quads up, 2 corn dogs for me, leaves us $105.42.
And it's 288 miles home?
We're like 40 bucks short to get home.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But if we go 287 divided by 12 miles to the gallon, 92. So if we get 12
So we have
miles
to drive
to the
for
gallon,
economy is the key.
yeah, we drive for economy.
Wow.
We're gonna get home with like $9 to spare.
So we're gonna have to eat the pizza for dinner.
Let's eat the pizza for dinner. You're gonna die, Holmes. You had to ride dirt bikes, didn't you?
No, you did.
Remember, drive efficiently.
We just rolled from Yuma, Arizona to San Diego on Highway 8. We have almost no money left. I don't know if we're gonna make it on gas, and I'm way too competitive to lose this deal. So we're gonna find some parts that we got at the parts store, and we're gonna return them so we can get a couple bucks back. We are gonna get back $25.96, the magic number. It's gonna save us. Yes.
Not only are we making it home, but I'm gonna order off the value menu. Getting dinner.
We have to drive another 131 miles, so this tank of gas should do it, unless we have a disaster. You planning on a disaster?
I'm claiming a win right now.
No, don't do it. We did it! We ended up only on the road 3 days because we blew a bunch of money riding ATVs, but we bought a junk car and hobbled it home, off-road, rode ATVs. I sold the car on eBay for $520. You take out the eBay fees and stuff, basically, that adventure cost us about $1,050.
Which means we've got $300, $400-ish to go somewhere else now.
What's your plan?
I like Alaska.
That's perfectly reasonable. Let's go.
All right.
Might as well fill until it leaks everywhere and catches on fire. Well, as per usual, we're moments away from leaving the sand dunes, and I managed to break my ATV. This is carburetor, this is motor, this is gap. Ruh-roh. Finally, get some love. Oh, dude, come check this out.
What do you got?
You wanted to go to Alaska, right?
Yeah.
I've got it.
Is that snow?
Ice racing.
Ooh.
And it's oval track, wheel to wheel, bashing. This is in Big Lake, which is like just the other side of Anchorage. So we can drive all the way there on the Alcan Highway.
Where's the Alcan Highway?
Oh, it's this historic, legendary road that they built. It was an oil road in World War II.
So you're saying drive from here to Alaska and go racing.
Does it sound like a problem?
No, I'm totally in.
I bought this thing in the dark, so don't criticize me.
You paid how much for this?
$1,300. This is exactly what we need, because if we wreck it, it doesn't matter, right? So we need to make a list, because
That's easy, one of everything.
I think we should drive it around the block, figure out if the brakes and suspension work, and then come back, make a list, and tear the engine and trans out of it.
Oh yeah, let's go around the block, because it'll seem like such a much better idea after we do that.
And it still runs.
Just test the brakes.
This was a good time for this job. All right, perfect. We discovered the custom quick release dashboard.
That's for racing.
Let's tear it apart.
All right. Cool.
How's your confidence now?
Oh, let's just leave right now.
I use this as an excuse to build a car I'd always wanted, a clone of the Ranchero that Hot Rod raced and won their class with in the very first Baja 1000 with Ack Miller and Ray Brock. When I picked the car up, I was really hoping that it would just need sort of a fluff up and paint it and hit the road, and as it turns out, it needed everything. This is the biggest order I've ever placed at Summit Racing, $3,400 worth of stuff from Summit all at once. That's what happens when you're on a short schedule. This is Thursday afternoon. We leave Sunday morning, and as you can see, we still have no engine, no trans, no suspension, no brakes. I think the gas tank's actually in the car. These guys are all jamming hard. I'm doing corporate stuff, and I'm still really hoping that we make this. Seriously.
You know, once we tore into it, it was ridiculous. We replaced the engine, the transmission, the brakes, the wheels, the tires, the wiring, sheet metal in the floor. We added a heater because the car didn't have one. Insulation, I mean, you name it, we replaced it on this car. The motor we put in it was a 302 based Ford from Dart Machinery, and it was 363 cubic inches. I think it made like 450 horsepower on the dyno. It wasn't an easy swap. It didn't go in right away, even though we were replacing the same model of motor that was in the car.
This is what I look like when I'm watching Grant work. It's Friday night, so we have a day and a half left, but the biggest problem is we're past the window of opportunity to actually have open shops for alignment, exhaust, and drive shaft. So there'll be moments of entertainment to come.
Status report. It's not quite as cold as Alaska in here, but damn close. We're supposed to leave half an hour ago. I'm guessing we're gonna leave 12 hours from now. Oh. It's a conservative estimate.
Dude, that was an emotional blow, I'm telling you. So tired. 28 hours late is the new just on time.
Let's go to Alaska.
We hit the road finally, and it was smooth sailing all the way up into Utah, but then we got slowed down again when we hit a big snowstorm. We're in Salt Lake City. We left at 11 a.m. this morning. It's 4 a.m. right now. We're doing good. I'm gonna go hose myself off, and then we're gonna drive to Canada.
I think I'm dying.
Slowly but surely.
I need a burger and a bed and a beer. Not necessarily in that order. I'll take whatever.
The next morning we had our first disaster. We had installed a block heater, which is a heating element that replaces a freeze plug in the side of the engine block. And it didn't fit perfectly, and it was puking coolant everywhere.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
That was all half of it.
You know what made me feel much better about that? Yeah. All right, that's it.
By this time, it was about 0 degrees out. I slammed the car door and the passenger side window exploded into like a billion pieces.
The window had come off the track a little bit on the passenger side of the Ranchero, and I told Finnegan, dude, be careful because the window comes off the track. He didn't put 2 and 2 together that meant that the glass was going to hit the roof of the car if you shut the door the wrong way, and he shut the door the wrong way, and I'm looking the other way, and all I hear is glass hitting the pavement. It's like, ugh. And we're going into freezing weather with no window.
Can you adjust the mirror over there on the right?
I can't reach it. I saw antifreeze again.
I don't want to ruin your day, but I think we need to stop.
It's puking, isn't it?
Not good.
The plug came all the way out.
Not good. I can fix it. I can fix it.
This seemed like such a great idea 2 weeks ago. Ta-da! As predicted, that freeze plug kept popping out. But the good news was we got really good at hawking them for distance. Shall we?
Yeah.
We're running out of time, you know that.
At this point, Alaska's a pipe dream. We'd have to cannonball 24 hours a day for the next 3 days to get there, and we could still miss the race.
Well, let's just at least go get it fixed and decide what to do.
Cross your fingers.
So we're in the middle of nowhere in Idaho. We're freezing to death. We do the math and realize there is no way we can get to Alaska in time for the race. We're sitting around going, what do we do next? Refusing to put our tail between our legs and go home. And then I realized that some of our corporate guys had bought a 55 Chevy sight unseen on eBay just a few days earlier, and it was in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We could probably get from Idaho to Colorado Springs, so that's what we decided to do. What's the likelihood that I could come grab that car, like, say, day after tomorrow?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Great. Thank you. We're on.
Sweet.
Change of direction.
Hey, I'm Finnegan. This is Freiburger. We're in Idaho. We're not staying here.
We bought a 55 Chevy in Colorado Springs because why wouldn't you? So we're going to Colorado.
From Idaho.
Now.
Instead of Alaska.
This is getting old.
I like how I broke the window and you're the one having to climb out of the car.
I'm excruciatingly aware of that. No, that's a Muffler Man. If you're not hip to Muffler Man, here's the deal. They are giant fiberglass dudes that were made by International Fiberglass back in, I think, the late 60s, early 70s. And they're all built standing there like this so they can hold a muffler. But in subsequent years, people have bought them and turned them into all kinds of things. I've seen them holding golf clubs or as Paul Bunyan. And this particular one in Helper, Utah, was a coal miner.
He'd look real good in the bed of the Ranchero.
You think we can get him home?
Woo! Oh, I lost the freeze plug again. That's 3 times.
Told you.
3 times.
So who reinstalled that one?
Some dude. I don't know. No, he's not here right now.
What a mess.
Swear to God, it was tight.
You gonna go find it? We have more.
2 more. Because that just happens. It's in here somewhere, I swear. The snowboard came in handy on this trip. Air cleaner, no. All right, we might be hosed. because I can't find them now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Aha! Yeah.
We faked that for the drawings. We knew it was there the whole time.
These are made in India. These aren't even in China or Mexico.
That's a step up. At least it's easy to get to. It could be much worse. This could be the freeze plug that's located behind the motor mount.
Don't talk about that.
That's what's going to happen next.
Don't talk about
If we
it.
just face it head forward.
Don't talk about it. This stuff is awesome. It dries in 1 minute flat. Now that ought to stay in there. I hope. This is the view. This car says, I'm gonna run you over. If only I could run more than a few miles at a time.
Let's do it.
Woohoo! Out of gas. On a hill in a snowstorm.
In Vale.
Good snow here.
I'm really starting to enjoy the climb across a little too much.
Oh, dick. Nobody likes you. I can't get the hood open. Oh yeah, we got this. No problem. We just climbed Vale Summit, over 12,000 feet of elevation in a snowstorm in the 40-year-old Ranchero with a carburetor, and we're actually patting ourselves on the back because we were able to get up the hill without change, which was cool. But on the way down, the heater stopped working, and I looked down at the gauge and I was like, oh crap, it's overheating. Why is it overheating? And we pulled over because we actually thought the radiator was icing up, but then we noticed the belt's gone for the water pump. And we don't have a spare, and it's, what, like 10 o'clock at night, so there's no auto parts open.
And it's 10 degrees. Certain irony in overheating in 10-degree weather, isn't there?
Where are we?
I have no idea. We're at the foot of our 12,000-foot hill where we lost an alternator belt, and we coasted 30 miles to get here. So we're gonna go scrounge food, stay at this luxury resort, and hit the road again in the morning.
Food sounds awesome. I'm ready.
Beer sounds better.
Yeah.
And then there was the 55 Chevy. I gotta say it looked good from a distance, but ooh, good looking from afar, but far from good looking.
When I initially saw the 55, I was fired up about it. You know, from 50 feet, it was sexy. You know, it reminded me of the 2-lane blacktop movie car. And it was primered, had radius cut rear wheel wells, tunnel ram motor sticking out of the hood, and I thought, oh, this thing's gonna be so much fun. But by the time I walked up on the car, my heart was sinking, because as I got closer, I realized this thing is a piece of shit.
This thing was clapped, man, but the company had bought it, and so we decided to hook it up and drag it home anyway. If you thought this was bad up to this point, it's about to get worse.
We're now less than a block away at Colorado Speed Company. These guys are kind enough to let us use their shop and to help us prep this thing to be towed behind the Ranchero. It came with a tow bar, but it's pretty much junk. So we're gonna go find a new one, probably from U-Haul. We're gonna find the right lug nuts for this so the wheels don't fall off of it, wire up some lights, and head home. So wish us luck.
So we're just about to leave Colorado Springs, and I decide to say to myself, let's find out why that wheel keeps squeaking. This is why, because the axle bearing, which was brand new by the way, has been eating its way into that axle shaft right there. And now we have a new bearing at long last after 4 trips to the auto parts store. We're going to commit the ultimate sin and tack weld the bearing to the axle itself to get home. Uh-oh. slip the retainer on first. In our sleep-deprived stupor, we had the bearing all nice and TIG weld onto the axle. We're thinking, oh yeah, that's gonna work. Until we realized we forgot to put the retainer plate on it that holds the axle into the housing. Yeah.
It goes behind the bearing.
Yeah, it goes right here. We took the retainer plate and cut a slot in it and slid it behind the bearing. Ingenuity. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Yep.
Nobody flat tows hardly anything anymore other than really small things like Jeeps or, you know, small cars you see behind motorhomes. Flat towing a 55 Chevy behind a Ford Ranchero is not the smartest thing you could do. But we did it. You know, we thought, no problem, we're badasses, we'll get this thing home. And as soon as we hit the highway, all hell broke loose. The thing was swerving left and right.
This thing was wagging hard on the freeway. I don't care who bought this thing or why, it was going back.
Hey, I'm Finnegan, this is Freiburger, and today we're in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The wheels have officially fallen off this bitch. We're going to a happy place. We're gonna go look at a big ass hole in the ground. We're going to the Grand Canyon.
We're going Thelma and Louise right now.
Right now. Just outside of Flagstaff, we encountered snow again.
At this point, you might think that things aren't really going that well, but you know what? We refuse to be depressed on a road trip, and what cheers us up every time is donuts in the snow. Sometimes you have to create your own fun when you're out on the road, and Finnegan's idea of fun is often buying inanimate objects, usually based on animals, and strapping them to cars. And so we got ourselves an ass and strapped it to the roof of the car.
Good day. Between Flagstaff and a big hole in the ground, we saw this place called the Roadkill Cafe, and how can you not stop at some place with a name like that?
The opossum blossom, the chicken that almost crossed the road.
I don't know what I ate, but it was dead.
We're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
You know, sometimes when you hit the road hits back. But we refuse to lose and always have fun on Roadkill. Oh, dick. By the way, that was the snow I peed on. Dick. On this episode of Roadkill, we got together with Rick Payway and Fred Williams of Four Wheel and Off-Road magazine and joined up in their Cheap Truck Challenge. This is a contest where each guy has to buy a truck for $2,000 and hop it up for another $2,000 and then go head-to-head in a number of competitions that test the vehicle's ability, reliability, and coolness factor. Our truck is a '79 Ford Bronco. We overspent on it at $2,500, but our argument was it was ready to go as is. It even already had a 6-inch lift and some 33-inch mud terrain tires. It's got a 351 V8, beefy C6 trans, the best 205 gear-driven transfer case, a Ford 9-inch in the back, and a Dana 44 in the front. Rick opted for a 1980 Toyota pickup. This thing's almost retro, it's so cool. I think he really cheated on the price though, because he's got a brand new Marlin Crawler low-range transfer case in it. He put lockers at both ends. He's got a lift kit on it. Brand new Mickey Thompson 33-inch tires, so it's gonna perform really well, even though it's bogus. Fred's truck is cool. It's an '87 Suburban, and I really dig it because it's a stripper model with no air conditioning. It also has a 4-speed, which is going to help a lot. He threw an off-road design lift kit on it and some cool super swampers. In the end, we all spent about the same on our trucks, right at $3,500 each. We'll find out how they stack up in the competition. We're here at Fred Williams' house in Atascadero, California. He's the staffer at Four Wheel and Off-Road who's setting this whole thing up. We're only 2.5 hours late. Who's missing?
Rick Payway, late as usual.
Guaranteed. The sun will be down behind those bushes by the time Rick gets here. Where's Fred with the beer?
Cheap Truck Challenge is the competition against the budget. If you're a 17-year-old kid and you worked all summer long and you only made a few $1,000s, what would you buy? How would you fix it up? Each editor got a vehicle, did some upgrades to it, and then we're gonna go out, take them four-wheeling, but they also have to still be reliable and something you could drive to work or school every day.
Nope.
Yeah, no, we're still here at the house. Payway's not here yet as usual.
I got a good feeling about this one.
This is total flashback. It's like everyone I knew in the 80s had one of these.
Right now, the last thing is to put the dry shaft on. I took it off because of the transfer case is brand new. I didn't want to take that chance of burning it out. So I'll put it on. There's only 8 bolts. Done. I'm ready to go wheeling. The worst thing about this challenge is I don't have a clue. Fred said, be here on time, which for me I am, and we're going to go wheeling. I don't know where. I don't know what. He says to bring a gallon of milk. I have no idea what that means either. So I'm up for it. I got my drive shaft, I got my truck, I'm ready.
The thing I'd like to point out right now is that the hot rod team showed up, having driven our truck here, completely ready to go. We stood around for 4 hours waiting for Payway, and he's still working on it after driving here with his luxurious Apollo motorhome. Fail.
The first thing we're going to do is a ride and drive. Everybody gets to drive each other's vehicles. We'll check fuel economy. It's all kind of an on-road test.
Works fine.
Oh, Toyota.
Where's the seatbelt in this piece of shit?
Make sure he loses the fuel economy test.
Oh,
let's drive it all the way there in first.
This thing has a real sucky clutch.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Let's just go off-roading right now.
Right there.
Coming over!
Oh yeah, this is winning the drag race.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want some? Yeah!
Oh, now he's wasting our gas.
Yeah, he is.
That was a gallon right there.
Yep.
Hello, officer.
This steering wheel is falling off. You see that?
This is our special test facility, top secret ranch in the middle of nowhere. We start with a drag race and an obstacle course, maybe play in the mud a little. So we have a few different things we're gonna try. We also have some guests. These are the Land Rover off-road training instructors. These guys are used to really high-end vehicles, so they'll be perfect for testing and judging our piles of garbage. This is the drag race. Now, unlike most drag races where you start on a flat surface, because our vehicles are a little bit older and maybe need a little help because they're low buck, we're starting on this hill. The Land Rover guys here are gonna show us how it's done. Ready? Go!
I was a little worried about the brakes on these vehicles once I saw the finish line and the distance to the ditch, but really, that's not much of a ditch. Bob Hope could clear that in a jump cart. That looks close enough.
I'm happy.
Nope.
Best 2 out of 3, completely bogus.
Sabotage!
Point system for first, second, and third.
Is it DNFs get 0?
With the DNF getting 0.
It was a photo.
Yeah, second one I thought I got.
Gaining towards the end.
Yeah.
David and Finnegan, DNF.
Toyota guy's claiming a victory. I'm not buying it.
All right,
Yeah.
one more time.
There you go.
One more
Who's the
time.
official? Who's the official?
Suck it!
So you're not fired, what happened?
The key to the Ronco winning, neutral drops.
Oh, no way. That's not a long-term solution. I hate to break it.
No, but it won the race. Just,
Yeah. Our competitive is not going to pay off at this point, I can tell.
as long as I win one event, that's all I care about.
The winner of the drag race by a mile was the Bronco. What is the deal?
So Ronco, she's a little tired after drag racing, and she really doesn't want to run right now.
Craig?
Come on, baby.
Let's do the suck on the carburetor.
You rev up the engine, hold a rag over the intake, and what it does is it stops the airflow, and the engine vacuum sucks all the dirt and fuel through all the little venturis and everything else and clears it out. Makes it work. Now it's ready to go.
It's mint.
Much better.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you fail to pop the hood open on a newly purchased automobile before you try to go enter a cheap truck challenge.
So what's next is a crawl race. This showcases the crawl ratio of the vehicles to see how slow they can go if you're creepy crawling across some rocks. So we'll actually start all the vehicles together, first gear, low range, and see which one is the slowest moving down the course. I can steer it, can I?
I'm not gonna pick it up.
Hey, you got help. No, nobody's driving it. You have to go in between the orange flags. What?
So in theory, Rick won that deal because he was the last one there and we lost because we were first. But dude, I gotta ask the question, what 17-year-old kid wants his truck to be slower? So by the apparent inverted judging standards, I'm calling that a win. Next. In the crawling competition, clearly the winner was the Toyota.
This is the milk truck challenge, where we have a milk jug taped to the hood of the vehicle. And as you go along, it starts squirting out, and that shows you how well your suspension is working.
This is as if you were a kid hanging out in the woods with your buddies, and all of a sudden you had to get in your vehicle really quick and race out of there. So this will be a timed event to see who can get to the end of the course the fastest. The guy with the most milk in the jug at the end of the race gets extra points.
Stand by. Go.
Once I got to the creek bed and make a left up to the hill, I figured I'm already losing milk, so I just nailed it. And I started going in 4 high. Then I really wanted to launch it over this hill, but with my Toyota, I couldn't do it. So kept it in 4 low, 2nd gear, and just went the rest of the course, sliding, and spurting. It was like a volcano coming out both ends. I get down to the bottom and I wanted to do a real tight 360. So I took it out of 4-wheel drive, but it didn't come out of 4-wheel drive, so I had this super long curve. That cost me a little bit of time. Time wasn't bad, but I lost a lot of milk.
So the flag dropped, and I ran and got in the Suburban, and my seatbelt jammed. I'm sure I ate up a bunch of time just doing that. Come on! The Suburban just soaked up the bumps down through the riverbed. I really wasn't too worried about the milk situation because there's tons of milk out there. You can always buy more milk. I knew I had wheelbase and power, so I figured I'd just throttle it down and see what happens. I took it up through the hills, and when I came down through the bushes and the trees, I think I smacked one of those cameras on the side. Luckily, I was able to throttle it through the big donut at the end and come in strong. I don't know how I did on time, but I think I did pretty good on not losing too much milk out of the whole jug, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win it.
I had this idea that I could go through my passenger door since I don't have a door, which was gonna save me time versus the other guys having to run around. And I think that really worked. Didn't really get any air. I was trying to modulate the throttle to keep the thing down, soak up the bumps, and stay on the terrain and go fast. I went all the way down the riverbed in 2-wheel drive and jumped up out of the bed in 2-wheel drive, and when I had to go through that little nacho, I went to 4 high. There was the point where you had to make the donut around the 3 flags, and I had kicked it into 2-wheel drive, and I thought I was just gonna whip it around, but I think that the transfer case stayed in 4 because it just pushed the front end really bad. When that happened, I killed it. I thought, oh, I'm completely done now. Oh! I got it fired back up and still made it through the gates way faster than those other guys. I'm just gonna win this thing on time because who cares if you spill milk?
I really don't think I won, but I think I did better than the Bronco. I can't wait to find out.
Freiburger did pretty good in the Bronco, but I really expected it to come off the ground a lot more than he had it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win it.
Oh, I totally owned those guys that time. That was a big victory. In its 2nd victory so far, the Bronco.
So this next one is a V-notch and a hill climb all in the same thing. You're gonna climb up, weave back and forth, get to the top, loop it around and come back down. It's gonna be speed, but it's also gonna be gracefulness. So we'll see what we can do.
Go!
Oh.
Mark, set, go!
If this Suburban gets it, in case you were wondering.
At the hill climb, Bronco wins again.
Everybody wanted to go through the mud hole, and they somehow convinced me to go first. And the first time I dumped it in there, whoosh! Water all over the hood, and it just kept on pulling. Came right on out. Eat it, bitches! I'm pretty sure that I won the mud bog because I don't think anybody else is gonna follow me where I just went.
I moved my air cleaner up and around on the snorkel to the back, and I skirted to the edge. I was still all in the mud, but I only got half of it muddy, only half of it dirty, and I made it through. So that was good. I had a great line.
Camera bag. Shoes.
I didn't know if I wanted to do the mud, but as soon as I saw Rick take the go around, I knew I couldn't do that because I would have to not make fun of him for it. So I went right through the middle, but not with quite the speed that Fred did.
Freiburger goes through in his big old Bronco. Except he was wearing a dress too, so it doesn't count.
I didn't want to go. In fact, I punked out and didn't get in this to go. No doors, no way to keep me dry. I'm not going.
Check.
Totally.
They were like, do it again, as they do. And when you get through once, you think you're unstoppable. So we went around again, skaboosh, water everywhere. And then I realized submersion is not good for Suburban. And she shut down. We got a bunch of water everywhere. So we towed her over here, pulled all the plugs, cranked her over, shot some water out of the cylinders. Luckily, she cranked back up. We're gonna put a new air cleaner in it and go home.
In the mud pit, gotta go with the Suburban.
We're at the Pismo Dunes, and today we're out playing in the sand. We got to play in the mud and the hills, obstacle course yesterday. Today we're kind of wrapping up Cheap Truck Challenge by coming out here and just whipping around in the sand, maybe see if we can catch a little air off some dunes.
The Toyota loves the dunes. I can even do it in first gear, high range. I don't have to go into low range except some of those real tough places I need to crawl out of. But if you keep the R's up, keep the momentum going, it just floats. Can go through the bowls, can crest some of the dunes. It's really gonna be fun when we finally get things jumping around here.
I came out here in the Suburban and I dropped the thing into low range and I was like, this thing's just gonna get stuck. But I put it in third and just got on it and the thing would just start pulling. The tires weren't digging in. I was barreling through. I took it off one of those dunes. Bam! I had this huge mess in the back. The cooler was upside down. There was drinks and water and ice all over the place. So we dug that out. I was kind of surprised how well the big truck was doing.
Today the dunes are full of haters and punks that all got roosted on by the Ronco, which I'm now renaming the Master Blaster because she's that good in the dunes. We carved higher on the dune than anybody else, that nice bowl right there. It's a little gutless, but to be honest, it holds a line better than anything else out here in the dunes.
You get to go first, Bronco boy.
Okay, somebody say something nice to my wife and kid and dog after this.
The spine buster.
Yeah. I think I can do better than that. Oh! The jump was deceptive. It was more like hitting a big speed bump, going a little faster than you intended, and it just boom like that and hucked the Ronco into the air long enough that I could say oh shit to myself 3 times. I'm sore. Landing was a little stiff. I don't know, I didn't see Payway and Williams hit it that hard, so once again, I think we should have the trophy.
In the sand dunes, the Suburban was cool, but Hot Rod wins again. In the end, do the math, man. We came, we saw, we conquered. I gotta say though, if you were really gonna go rock crawling, Rick's Toyota would be the best truck. And if I had to own one to drive every single day, I'd take the Suburban. But the ultimate all-around vehicle, proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Hot Rod Bronco. We'll see you again on the next Roadkill, where we have outrageous fun for no apparent reason.
Hey, baby. Finnegan left his phone in here. I'm gonna call his mom. Hi. Hi, Mom. I miss you. America! Is that copyrighted? Be sure and strap your stuff down when you're at the dunes, and
Here comes the police.
We're already gonna get arrested, we haven't even left yet. On this episode of Roadkill, we've loaded ourselves up with a 69 El Camino running on all 7 cylinders.
This car smokes worse than a blue hair on a heater at the penny slots in Reno. It needs a new engine, so we're gonna go to Reno and put a new engine in it.
We've got, what, 4 days before Easter?
4 days.
And whenever we do an engine swap, you end up running back and forth to the parts store like, 30, 40 times. So instead, we're going to the parking lot at Summit Racing where they have everything, and we're gonna change the engine right there in the lot.
We're cutting out the middleman. I bought a case of oil to get us to Sparks, Nevada, which is about 500 miles, and that's not enough oil to get us there. Al Gore would lose his mind if he knew what we were doing today. That is a pit bull.
Yep.
What is a pit bull doing in the car?
I might not have mentioned this, but I have to dog sit this weekend.
I just upholstered this seat, dog. If
It'll
you
be fine.
barf, you die. My life.
All right, finally.
Dog, get your paw out of my ass.
The really cool thing about this El Camino is that it's been in Finnegan's family since it was brand new. His wife's grandfather bought it in 1969, and it's passed down through the family, ultimately to her. It's been a really good driver in bone stock condition, but it has a jillion miles on it and is just a horrible smoker. So we're pretty much gonna break the seal on this trip.
Should we just leave the dog in the car?
We can sneak her through the casino, I think.
She looks comfy there, though.
Yeah, she's good. Okay, let's check in. Summit Racing, Sparks, Nevada. I have spent so much money that's been shipped to me from here, I don't even want to think about it.
They're gonna have every single part we need.
No.
We're gonna make a lot of trips in and out of the showroom.
No, I'm betting you there's something critical that we have to have that for some reason they're out of stock on.
We'll just ignore that part.
If they don't have it, we don't need it.
That's right.
I can roll with that. We'll go around this way, there's like a big lot. This is plenty of wide open space. No one's gonna notice when we leave a 3-foot around ATF stain on the floor right here, right?
I bet we can get it apart before anybody even notices.
Let's go see if they got the motor.
You just fart, dog?
I think so.
Dude, she's jogging.
She is, look at that. Picking up the pace.
That's never happened before.
I know it. Whoa. This is like a speed shop, but much bigger. I take it back, they're gonna have everything we need. We ordered a crate motor, we're here to pick it up.
And we need one of everything to put it in an El Camino in your parking lot today.
We're gonna see you 1,000 times today, I guarantee it.
Yeah. It's a 450 horse Blueprint 383.
We're gonna need like header gaskets, water pump, accessory drive stuff,
Fluids.
throttle linkage.
I forgot the tilty thing for the hoist.
We need the tilty thing for the hoist, probably a whole lot of oil dry.
Pretend like a woman was doing this by herself in the middle of nowhere.
And that would be him.
Wow. Dick.
Well, let me get my manager James out here and we'll get you guys set up.
Okay.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Mike.
Good,
Guys,
I'm
we're gonna
James.
destroy your parking lot.
Oh gosh. Oh, we can get some more stuff for you.
Yeah, we need one of everything.
All right, let's go.
That's the sexiest crate I've ever seen.
You ever seen this happen in your parking lot before?
No, sir, I have not.
That's good. Thanks a lot.
Hey, David, where'd you pack those gloves?
Gloves are in the top of my green duffel bag there. It's 10 of 2. It's snowing. It would be really nice to get this done before dark.
That's not happening, but I like our chances.
You don't think that's happening?
No. Before dark?
How long do you think it's actually going to take to do this? It's just a small block Chevy into a car that has a small block Chevy.
I'm saying 5 hours tops.
5 hours. So let's say if it's 2 o'clock right now, you think we're going to be done at 7?
Ish.
Ish.
I will lay $100 that we're done at 7 if you don't sabotage us on purpose or through your own tomfoolery.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and call it 8 o'clock. Then it'll be another 2 hours of messing with timing and leaks and the transmission blowing up and stuff before we actually go start drinking at the casino.
Oh, you want to actually think about, doing it right. Oh God, then we're not going to be done till tomorrow.
If we make a plan, you do this, so we're not just both standing around in each other's way. First thing, torque converter bolts. Second thing, exhaust off the headers. Third, headers off the motor. Then you can get to the motor mounts. I can be doing that while you're tearing off the front dress on the thing. And at that point, it's bell housing bolts and hoses and wires and out. Ow, that hurt. Woo! That was a close one.
This was a brand new set of headers. The cylinders are actually firing are gray. The pipe of the cylinder that's dead is black. The paint's brand new. You could grab this. It's not even hot.
Got it. Oh. Did we forget to disconnect like the squirter?
Yeah, just pull it. The lines were dry rotted anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna go buy another jack because I'm tired of this one. It's not going great so far. The first thing is I got a blood blister on my finger from the engine hoist, and then this jack that we brought with us is complete junk. It's like folding under the weight of the car, not working the way it's supposed to. So that's already cost us about 15 minutes. In addition to swapping the engine, we're just gonna go ahead and restore the whole car while we're here. See how the back window here is really loose? We push it in and out and it rattles and annoyed us on the way up here, so the glass guy's gonna come fix that.
Headers are off, converter bolts are out, wiring's undone. I'd say we're probably, 15, 20 minutes from having the motor out. Lots of black clouds. We might get wet. Not worried about it.
This was held on with all one bolt.
Our last escapade with the Ranchero, at like 2 in the morning, we needed a pulley for the front of the motor, and we thought, oh, we'll rob a pulley off of this. And we got halfway through unbolting the fan and gave up or something, changed our plan, and never put the bolts back in. So we just drove 500 miles with only one bolt holding the fan on the car.
But the way I see it, we just proved that the other 3 were not needed.
They were quitters.
Yeah. This is genuine snow. Where's the dog? Right there? Hey dog, you doing good, dog? Okay.
It's 3:30. I think we've been working for not quite an hour yet, and we're almost ready to yank the motor out. We just got to get a couple hoses undone, clean up the mess we're about to make when we drop coolant all over the ground, and then hook the hoist to it and yank it.
This is efficient. Yeah! It's not our parking lot. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Oh, we'll clean it up flawlessly. Things are going really well, except for the bolts and the bell housing that just aren't gonna come out. We're gashing ourselves on sheet metal screws coming through the firewall. We're smashing our fingers. We're cursing, and it's slowing us down quite a bit. And I've already spent about 20 minutes doing what Finnegan's doing here, And maybe if he spends another 20 minutes on it, then we'll be able to take a break and spend another 20 or 30 minutes
It's now
on it.
stripped.
And it's now stripped. So that will turn into roughly 2.5 hours. Okay.
If we could point this downwards and you could somehow leverage it while I hold it up top, we could probably get this out. I'm in a bad mood, so I'm just gonna open up this so I can at least see the new motor. That'll cheer me up a little. It's beautiful. It's a lot better than that piece of crap we're ripping out. But I'm staring at it realizing we need even more parts now.
What makes you think this piece of crap is coming out?
I got faith in you. Get the bolt out. It's only one bolt, come on.
Is it technically a bolt when the head is like perfectly machined round?
I'm getting that bolt out.
I promise you, you are not gonna get that bolt out.
I'm way too angry not to get it out.
There's no way that you are getting that bolt out at all. Because it's in my hand,
You're
bitch.
Dumbass. Make me get back in the car.
Looking great.
Feeling great.
Oh, we don't have motor feet to put this on.
I need to go back in the store.
What time is it?
5 o'clock.
5? So we need to get running in 2 hours for your bet and 3 hours for mine.
Or 5 hours before the store closes.
This right here is what one would call the power steering low pressure return line.
You didn't disconnect that?
Let me check. No, I didn't. Engine lift plate, carburetor bolt-on style. Woohoo! I'll just take this drain pan, which has absolutely no liquid in it from the previous spill. That reminds me, I think I need to go pee. It's 5:30, which means it took us 3.5 hours to get the old engine out. The good news is that it is out. The bad news is that that was supposed to be the fast part. Now we have to figure out all the little things that are different between the new engine and the old one. So we're kind of behind schedule now, but we will prevail. We will be working in the dark, but we'll prevail.
More parts.
The sun came out, but it came under the clouds. It's actually colder than it has been all day today, and we got to get to work.
I'm literally freezing my giblets off right now.
A lot of people don't realize that you can adjust your starter clearance to your flywheel with the engine out of the car. This is the famous Chevy shim situation where I'm going to add a shim just because the engagement's a little bit tight, which moves the starter down, which moves the center line of the starter gear away from the ring, and just makes it a little bit looser fit so it doesn't make that horrible noise that Chevys make when they're wrong. 8:15, way past either one of our estimates. Well, 15 minutes past my estimate, but as you can see, we're nowhere near close. And right now, the mandrel for the harmonic balancer installer is stuck in the end of the crank, and we're trying to solve that. And Summit is gonna stay open for us till 10 o'clock tonight, which is very cool. But what that means is we've got a little bit less than 2 hours to get this thing in the car and get every single part we need to wrap this thing up. So, sketchy as usual. Ultimately, the answer is we had to buy a balancer puller. I'm gonna pull it off, take that little yoke or little stud out, and then put it all back together. Just a complete time killer. It's one of those things.
You ever sit in a spa for too long and it's just way too hot, you know, and you gotta get out and then get back in?
Have a beer.
This doesn't feel like that. The balancer problem set us back an easy hour. I blame Freiburger completely for that. We're just trying to figure out what last minute things we need before the store closes, because Summit's literally done for the day. So if we don't have everything we need, we're probably not gonna finish this till tomorrow. I'm going to the nice warm store. Ah,
We walked into Summit, ordered the last few parts, our final fling for an order, and it poured snow apparently when we were gone, because check it out, the windshield is like covered. All our stuff, tools, everything covered in snow when we came out, which I take as the perfect timing to have been inside, right?
My tools are cleaner. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Check this out. Yeah. How's the dowel alignment on your side over there?
The motor's rocked up, so it's not even close.
No. Fail.
Do you know there's still a dog in the car?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we spent like 2 hours with Finnegan directing, trying to get this together, and when that failed, I just pretty much slipped it together and we're about ready to go home.
I'm punching it.
Okay, wrap it up. Engine, transmission, bolted together, bolted in the car. Thing of beauty. Now it'll just take us about 15-20 minutes to bolt in everything else and we should be down the road. So yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and we're kind of defeated. Our choices are work all night long and then sleep all day tomorrow and ruin the day, or go back to the hotel, have a beer, go to sleep, and wake up fresh in the morning. That's what we're gonna do. Now it's Friday, and after a little bit of sleep, we were refreshed, and a bunch of things that seemed impossible last night fell right together today. So we're looking good, and I think we might be out of here in a couple hours.
They're the wrong plug wires. So we're gonna make probably our 37th trip into the Summit place.
Good thing we're here.
Once again proving that we're better off here than we were at home. We've been talking about how the car's been running on 7 cylinders, and this is the reason why. That is a broken rocker stud. That literally broke the day before we were leaving, and we thought, if we're replacing the motor anyway, we'll just drive on it. It didn't hurt itself, it just smoked a lot.
So close and yet so far. Do it! Runs good! Here we go. Right. Oh yeah.
No issues, not overheating or anything, so stoked. Snowstorm parking lot engine swap, done. Cross that off the bucket list.
That was a long 2 days, but it is running and it is running good. So we're gonna go drink beer, sleep, and hit the road in the morning. Dog barf. Stupid dog, we're leaving you here.
I hope you have some Febreze, dude. It's everywhere.
That is disgusting. Look at that.
What if my wife finds out what happened to her seat?
Blah. Just kidding. Everything's been great so far this morning. We're really happy with the way the car is running, but we developed a pretty bad oil leak. So now we're gonna figure out what's up with that. We pinched the gasket that was underneath the distributor, and so oil was coming out the back there where the distributor sets in the motor.
The only auto parts store in town doesn't have a distributor gasket, but Freiburger came up with a great idea of robbing the one off of our brand new parts motor here. So we're gonna be all good.
taking Highway 395 home to LA, and it's just an awesome drive. There's just so much to see, all kinds of cool nature and little towns all along the way. I usually take a full day to see the sights, but this time, unfortunately, we have to get home for Easter. But that wasn't going to stop us from checking out this massive wrecking yard in Pearsonville. 57 Ford, 56 Chevy.
Can we just move in here?
Ooh, we need to check that out. All right, stay here. Hold down the El Camino. That's like a 72 or 3.
It looks like a forestry truck.
This thing is money. Small block, 318, aftermarket air, hantavirus, breathe deep.
This
there you go.
Crap.
I love it, but it's getting dark and we gotta get out of here. But I'm gonna force you to take that thing on our next trip. You wait.
Not happening.
Let's go. If you get the dog car sick, it's all over. Stop it! Don't lick me with your barf tongue. No barf tongue. All in all, I'd say that the trip went exactly as planned, which means bad. I mean, after all, what were we thinking? Snowstorm, parts missing, stripped bolts. We should have known this was going to take forever. But you know what? That's the fun we have on Roadkill. We already know the El Camino runs really strong and cruises on the highway, but we've got to do more thrashing than that. Watch for that on our show, Hot Rod Unlimited.
Laziest dog ever.
Dog.
Don't lick my face. Don't lick my face.
And that won't go under there.
You can lift it up 4 inches and use the leveler to tilt it and get all the fluid out.
Hello? Who's the authority here? Thank you. So what you do in this situation is you just pick the engine up a little bit and then you use the leveler to tilt it to drain the water into the pan.
What's that gonna do now that the parking lot is ruined?
It depends.
That's doing nothing.
Oh no, the other side is absorbent.
I think it's a bit late for that, sir.
This side avoids the telltale sign on the panties.
You have successfully ruined this parking lot. Call the EPA.
Can we be bottom gear? I want to be low gear. Can I be low gear?
Oh, my doggy. Oh, my doggy. Don't lick my face. Don't lick my face. Okay, how cute you are, how much you snort. Don't lick my face. Don't lick my face.
Fire it up.
Hold on, we're having a moment.
I don't need to watch that.
Okay.
Go ahead, just stand anywhere. You know, I didn't need that nut anyway. Ooh, bad dog stank. If you had 24 hours with these 2 cars, what would you do? As it turns out, our company is sort of annoyed with all of the dirtball stuff that we've been doing on Roadkill, so they threw money at us. They gave us $6,000, so we went and rented this Lamborghini Aventador. So that's like $4 a minute for the next 24 hours.
That's like, if you're from Alabama, that's your mortgage for about, I don't know, 7 or 8 months.
Oh, well, that car cost as much as my house. The tax on it is as much as we pay you in a year.
That hurts.
So,
yeah.
This is a 2012 Lamborghini Aventador. It's supposed to be the king of the hill. The California model has 691 horsepower. It's a 7-speed paddle-shifted single-clutch transmission. It's all-wheel drive, and it looks like a giant piece of Tupperware. We got 24 hours to do whatever we want with it, but we didn't really want to be seen in it, so we also brought this car with us. This Rat Rod is a 1930 Model A 2-door sedan, and it was bought as sort of a hacked up rat rod, and Hot Rod Magazine, in conjunction with Mackey's Hot Rod Shop, reworked it for Sailor Jerry Rum. It's a marketing piece. It's designed basically to just be looked at, which is kind of a good thing because it's a little hard to drive with how heavily chopped and channeled it is. It's powered by a small block Chevy and it has a turbo 350 automatic transmission. So we're gonna hit the road here in Southern California and see what kind of damage we can do. Which one are you gonna drive?
Well, I know you're the boss. So
So I get to pick?
You get to pick.
I'm taking the rat rod.
Wow, that was a surprise. All right. That was such a surprise. My glasses are in here already.
I'm not sure which one of these is worse, to tell you the truth.
Not sure how to even drive this thing.
Okay. This car actually has like bathroom door locks.
That's what sex sounds like right there.
Do you see my steering wheel anywhere?
Don't worry, that'll buff out.
Aha! I found it! Don't hurt yourself, boy. Have at it! Oh! Okay, you ready to go in that gold chain mobile? I know this cool place down by the beach. We're gonna go have breakfast, see what people think of these two cars together, okay? Stuck!
You got stuck.
It's stuck!
Oh, that's awesome. That's why I chose the Lamborghini. You can't go backwards either. As big a douchebag as I feel for driving a rented Lamborghini, the fact that he's stuck in the death trap on a driveway that's too steep, that's somehow worse to me.
Man, it's hard to get out of this thing.
It's gonna be a long day for him.
Hey, Finnegan?
Yeah, I think I'll just listen to the radio.
I can't even get out. I need a hand. I literally can't get out.
What a piece of crap.
Not happening. I think rocking it was helping.
Yeah.
Ready? Not happening.
Dude, the rocker's stuck in the ground.
Yeah, I know.
You beached it.
Hot rods are perfectly practical vehicles for daily use.
Dude, it bashed the door. Yeah, you need to get out too. We need the weight off of it.
Okay, let's see if we can shove it backwards. There we go. That's gonna get it. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. Jump in it, back up, hug this wall, and then come across this.
Okay.
Okay, hard. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
What am I doing? This thing runs. Start it. Don't stop, just go.
Are you sure that's not going to just rip the quarter panels off of it?
This is the only driveway.
But does that mean we want to just rip the quarter panels off?
Do this. Cut the wheel this way, back up more, and hit it more of an angle. Go for it! Sailor Jerry will probably never loan us their car again. Whoops! You'll know when I leave, the door's not gonna fly open. Love the Lambo.
Good thing it was this car and not the Lamborghini.
I'm so glad that was you and not me.
The rat rod is a whole lot of fun in theory until somebody forces you to actually drive it. The car is so heavily chopped that there's barely any windshield in it. And it's so heavily channeled that there's not a lot of headroom and not a lot of space between the steering wheel and the floor. So to drive this thing, I had to lean way back, put my foot up on the dash, and sort of drive, you know, full-on monkey style in the thing. It was actually pretty miserable.
The most excitement I'm having right now is hitting the button to raise and lower the front end for railroad tracks, potholes, and driveways. So pretty much I'm relegated to just posing right now and saying, hey girl, how you doing? Meanwhile, Freiburger is in the Talk Like a Pirate car.
Yeah, baby!
With no air conditioning, no radio.
The place gets quiet.
No safety.
It's impossible to see out of this thing.
No shame.
Oh yeah, this is hot rodding.
Yeah, I could drive this every day. I'd be all right with that.
This thing would be fantastic if there was no other cars on the road.
Nobody's really looking at me in this car. It's like I'm invisible. They're all checking out the pirate car in front of me. Model A is kind of popular right now. I think because people are worried about running into it and needing a tetanus shot afterwards.
Ah yes, it is better to look good than to feel good. And I look good.
Turn signal lever's kind of in a weird spot here because of the paddle shifters.
Notice the hand signal? Yeah, there's no turn signals.
I don't even know if I remember what those are.
Corvette guy digs me.
Oh, the old broads like the Sailor Jerry car. Check it out. See? Old people dig it. Nobody gives a shit about the Lamborghini.
Hey Mike, you know why David is driving so slow?
David is driving so slow because if he drove any faster, he'd kill himself. There is no speedometer, the brakes only sort of work. He can't see anything. Yeah, just get used to this. It's gonna be like this the whole trip.
Out of gas!
David just ran out of gas. Hey, you sure it didn't just load up?
It's zero fuel pressure.
Oh, yeah, that's out of gas. So I need to go get gas in a Lamborghini?
Yeah, go just throw a 5-gallon jug in there. No one will know.
Yeah, nobody will care if I spill any on the leather.
It's not bothering me right now.
All right.
What good is a $6,000 rental that you can't go get gas in?
That's a good point.
Be somebody.
I'll be back.
I win the chick attention thing so far.
Oh, dude.
Totally.
You had some senior citizen blue hairs back there that were literally ready to rip their jogging suits off for you. Now, where do you find gas in Hermosa Beach?
What, you didn't want to spill it on the Lambo? California gas can. Ah, get stuck in the driveway, run out of gas. I see how this day is going. Dude, the restaurant's right around the corner and it's like right on the beach. Chicks playing volleyball and the whole deal. We're gonna prove once again that chicks dig the rat rod, not the Lambo. Beautiful downtown Hermosa Beach, California, where people have no idea what they're looking at with this car. A big part of what we're doing here is really figuring out which one of these cars is a better attention whore. And we went down to the beach first thing, and I gotta say, chicks check out the rat rod and dudes check out the Lamborghini. Inverted of what you would think. So far, I completely win the chick contest. I'm serious.
Dude, let me tell you something. The only people that have checked me out in that car are dudes. I stopped, opened the door, and the next thing you know, a little point and shoot camera came in the window, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was some guy going, I gotta have a picture of the Aventador logo for my roommate. I was like, I couldn't get out of the car. Unreal, dude.
That car is a death trap. I have to like lie down in it just to be able to steer.
I can't hear what you're saying because there's chicks playing volleyball on the TV right now.
Wow, this was the right place to come. I figure from here, we're almost obligated to cruise PCH a little bit and then hit Mulholland, right?
We need to get out of the city.
Okay.
The Lambo was useless.
Yeah, the rat rod's fairly useless in traffic as well.
I didn't get out of third gear. Sucked. Good.
So from here, out of the city, Mulholland, then after...
We'll go out to the desert where we can go really fast. Not going to jail.
We have 24 hours to kill. Okay. Who's driving what?
I'm driving the rat rod. Cruise the beach.
We're going to Mulholland, so I'm not going to argue with you. Ready?
Oh, the curves are going to suck in that thing.
Not for me. I never had the Countach poster when I was a kid. I'm not a Lamborghini fanboy. I just don't care. Is it not automatic? This thing's as hard to get into as the hot rod. So all these guys who are worshiping that car on the Motor Trend YouTube channel every single week, I'm gonna give it to you straight. Is the Lamborghini really that cool? If you paid $400,000 for a car, wouldn't you want an electric seat adjuster?
The Rat Rod is a total freak show. Difficult to drive, but badass nonetheless.
This thing is a naturally aspirated V12, 6.5 liters, 691 horsepower, and I truly appreciate the 8,500 RPM redline. Can you hear that thumping? This thing does not drive that much differently than the hot rod. I wonder if it'll downshift. Yes, it will. Okay, yeah, it's peppy. Ha-ha! I feel like Carlos Lago right now. Poor Finnegan in front of me in the hot rod. Not good.
So I was driving the Sailor Jerry car, and our goal was to get both cars up to Mulholland Drive and drive around the curves. We get stuck in typical LA traffic. About 5 miles into literally crawling, I watched the temp gauge just go 220, 230, 240. Hey, it's getting hot.
Hey, the death trap is at 250 degrees.
You want to pull over?
Yeah, I'll pull over right here. I don't even know if I should turn it off.
Hey, that thing will overheat in traffic, by the way.
Yeah, not my car.
Never got past 200 on me when we were just doing what we were doing.
I never even looked at the gauge.
Doesn't matter.
Andy, I wouldn't film this. There's cops everywhere.
Hi.
It's overheating?
Yeah, it's a maiden voyage in traffic. So we've apparently found out the limit of the cooling system. Is it all right if we sit here for a few minutes, let it cool off, and then get it out of the way? Okay. I know we shouldn't be, but I'd hate to hurt the motor.
How's it going? Very good. Weird. We rented it. I've never been in one before. It's strange. I have one every day.
Yeah, that thing's not gonna get any better, so I guess we might as well just drive. It's puking cooling everywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to cool down sitting there with the engine on.
Okay. Well, f it. I'll see if it'll start. We'll just go. So my first experience driving the Rat Rod was it overheating in LA traffic 5 miles after I get behind the wheel. Hey, this thing's boiling over. I gotta get off the road or something. Before I can even get off the highway, it goes 260 on the gauge and a geyser comes out of the radiator overflow. And it literally shot straight up in the air over the cab of this thing. It's got a canvas top on it that wasn't on there, and I was literally leaning over thinking, I'm getting burned right here. It's going through the roof. Holy shit.
So on Roadkill, we're on a loose schedule.
Yeah, remember that thing we said we were gonna do about going to Mulholland and hauling butt around curves? That's not happening because this thing overheated. California has this bitchin' program with guys in trucks that just drive around and help stranded motorists, and so that guy pulled over, gave us a bunch of water, cooled it off, and we hit the road again maybe a half hour later. And after that, it was fine. As long as that car is moving, you're good to go. You get stuck in traffic, you're getting scalded probably.
The overheating blew our plans to go blast around Mulholland, and the thing we've got to do now is get out to the desert, because what we're really doing with these two cars is shooting a really important cover for an all-new issue of Hot Rod Magazine, and we've got to meet the photographer out there.
And with any luck, we'll get there early enough where we can beat the hell out of these things on the open road.
You want to hop in? All right. See, the beauty of this is it's not my Lamborghini, so we can do this. It doesn't sound good till you go, there you go, $7 grand. When we stopped out in the middle of the desert, we met this young couple, and once again, the guy loved the Lambo. The chick really, really liked the Hot Rod.
What do you think of the Model A?
I like it way better.
You want to sit in?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and turn the key. Almost every woman we've run into wants to go for a ride in the Model A. What do you think?
I like it. I want to keep it.
Okay, desert road hijinks.
Yes.
Rochambeau.
For what, the cars?
Yep.
All right.
Ready? So I pick what?
Let me guess. The one that doesn't hurt your ass to drive.
Bingo!
Shit. All right. About to go drag racing in a car that you really can't see more than 10 feet in front of. Not one of my brightest moves. But at least I'll look cool. Let's go drag racing.
An automatic Lamborghini. I don't know. The Lamborghini has what they call thrust mode, which is essentially launch control, drag race style launch control. And I tried to activate it, but it seems if you hold the thing up on the rev limiter long enough while you're trying to launch, that it eventually backs down, or I lift and engage the automatic clutch. I don't know.
I beat Freiburger driving the rat rod the first race. Second race, he kicked the crap out of me once he figured out how to drive the car.
The thrust mode's actually kind of cool. You turn off the stability control and it lets you stand on the brake, floor the gas. It comes up to like 5,500 RPM, and then you just swap feet and mat it, and it hooks up and launches. It doesn't launch that hard. To me, it's not $400,000 fast at all. Is it the best day at work ever?
This is probably the best one.
So after we were done messing around out in the desert, we had to wait till dusk, and we went straight into our Hot Rod Magazine cover shoot. We found an abandoned desert road, and the first thing we did is we got a couple very slow car-to-car shots to get some action for the magazine, and then our photographer Wes Allison set them both up on the road, and we lit them to shoot the cover of the September issue of Hot Rod Magazine, which is going to be this all-new, complete makeover on the magazine. So this was a really important shoot.
It doesn't seem like it, but it's really hard work fooling around with really great cars, and so done with the photo shoot, time to go eat some food.
I want out here so I don't spill it.
Apparently we can't drink in the Lambo. We signed a contract.
That's right. We can't afford to fail that contract.
I will say this, I'm not a Lambo guy, but I'm definitely a V12 guy now.
How's that?
8,500 RPM, nothing sounds like that thing. Badass. It's like playing a video game. You're in 7th gear and tap, 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 you're in 2nd gear, and it doesn't care and it doesn't whine about it.
That's totally the best part of the car is the 70-mile-an-hour quadruple downshift and $8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really its only redeeming value, because chicks seem to like this better than that.
I feel hotter.
Most people say that they would take this home instead of that. You have to admit it.
Yeah, those people have never gone for a ride in it. It doesn't stop. It doesn't go. This is literally a compound fracture waiting to happen.
Oh, this is a death trap.
Just
there's no argument there.
Legs broken, shit dangling off.
So, what now?
I need to go somewhere. We've got like 8 hours left.
We're paying $5 a minute on the Lamborghini, and we're hanging out in this pile.
Yeah, that was 25 bucks right there.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here.
This was ostensibly a comparison of these two cars, although we really know that it was just a freak show for our fun and enjoyment. But I do have some thoughts to take away from it. The rat rod thing is so popular right now, and I know why. It's because the cars are cartoony and fun and evil, and they just look like we wish hot rods really were. The truth is, it's not fast, it's not a performance car, it's not that fun to drive around unless all you want to do is get looked at.
It's a miracle I'm sitting here today. The rat rod, there's no good way to describe this thing where you're gonna want to drive this car.
It's an attention grabber, it's a lot of fun. It's a cartoon, great marketing tool for Sailor Jerry, but not something that you want to drive every single day, even though you can drive it to whatever car show you want. The Lamborghini, I just don't see it. Finnegan thinks that the car is brutally fast.
If you're a real hot rodder, you're probably not going to say you like a Lamborghini. But if you ever got the chance to be tossed the keys to one, you can't lie. It's amazing.
It does have some value on the freeway when you're cruising along in 6th or 7th and you downshift to like 2nd and stand on it. The V12 screams like a banshee, and that is pretty cool. To me, that's the best feature of the car, is being able to just shriek it to 8,500 RPM. But you know what? It's just as hard to get in and out of the Lamborghini as it is the Rat Rod. The scissor doors are just annoying. And you need know how to run a Hewlett-Packard computer to function the center console. Way too many switches and gadgets on it. It's not that comfortable, it's not that fast. The thing I will give it is that we had no real track time at all, no performance testing. On a road course, I think the Lamborghini would really kick ass. The all-wheel drive's unbeatable, but that's just not our skill set. We were looking at this more from a regular muscle car guy point of view.
They're one-dimensional cars. You drive the Rat Rod because you want to be seen. You buy the Lambo because you want to be seen. You're never going to push it the way you should push it or the way we pushed it, you know? So pretty much they're posers cars, you know? You can afford either one. You buy it for whatever reason you want. On this episode of Roadkill,
Finnegan's gonna have, yet again, his best day at work.
Damn right.
You know, on Roadkill, we've pretty much proven that we can do anything and somehow it entertains somebody, even when we diss Lamborghinis. And so when we ran out of time to do an actual good show this time, we decided to go with gratuitous violence.
This will be the best show ever.
We needed a couple of parts cars for project vehicles that we're working on in the magazine. I was looking for a small block Chrysler and an automatic transmission for it. And then we also needed a full-size GM chassis for a body drop project that we want to do.
Freiburger's a busy guy, so he gave me the job of finding the cars. And the two cars I picked were dirt cheap. One was an 87 Buick Electra station wagon, the one that seats 9 people with the seat in the back that faces the wrong way so kids can yell at cars behind them. And the other one was a 1993 Dodge Ram conversion van. We decided to have some competitions with them. Before you see it, I just want you to pick one. The one on the left or the one on the right?
Left.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I see a van. Oh, I choked. I should have gone right. What's on the left? Wagon! Oh, dude, this is just like the Pontiac I had when I was a teenager. I own this. I've been in every dirt road in Southern California in one of these. This is mint. The headliner's not even falling out of it. Dude, I'm keeping this.
Everything works, even the cruise control. It seats 9.
We can't ruin this car. This is better than my daily driver.
Hey, check the horn. Trade
Very
horn.
familiar. It has a 700 R4 in it, dude. It has overdrive. Is this have an Oldsmobile in it, or is it a
307.
307 Olds?
Yep.
Yeah, in the Buick.
It makes a whopping 140 horsepower, and this thing weighs 4,300 pounds.
Oh, I don't care. I can throw this thing around like no tomorrow. You choked. Show me the van, though.
You ready for this? Porno van. Check it out. Captain's chairs, the rear couch folds into a bed.
Sweet.
It's got a TV, a VCR.
It's got a lot of DNA.
Supposedly 220 horsepower back in the day. This is over 5,000 pounds.
This could not be more perfect. This is awesome.
Are you ready? Bonk.
Nice. I feel like I'm in Vegas. Oh, this is going to be genius. Let's get to it. The first thing I think we should do is drag race him to see who's actually got more power.
I think I'm going to lose that one, but whatever.
I'm going to run into him right now. Oh, this thing has a broken motor mount. I normally have a lot of respect for old cars. The idea of bashing on these was kind of bugging me, but the truth is conversion vans are worthless. We would have never done anything with them.
Yeah, baby.
And the Buick wasn't as good as it looks, and it won't pass smog, which in California makes it worthless. Okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna honk 3 times. On the third one, go, and the first one through those 2 cones wins.
Your mother. Come on, Van.
See ya!
Dude, I want one more lap. I guarantee you don't get there before I do. I got something special.
Are you gonna neutral slam it?
Hell yeah.
Ready?
I pulled the only move a cheating SOB would. I pit maneuvered him so he couldn't finish the race.
Oh, not cool.
If you don't finish, you can't win. There's no better feeling in life than watching your boss loop out a car after you've crashed into him on purpose. I don't think that's gonna buff out.
The magazine has a permanent autocross setup at El Toro that we use for vehicle testing, but it's new. And so we're not that familiar with it, and we both had to take some practice laps.
And then we're gonna do 2 time laps. The best lap time wins the deal.
I won't jag you on the time if you don't jag me.
I don't need any extra help.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. Yeah! Get her done! He is rocking the van! Here he comes! Got it! Dude! That was impressive. 128, and it looked brilliant.
Dude, I can do better than that. It's a severe lack of traction in the corners of this thing, unhooking all that brute torque, just spinning the tires.
Oh, if you had a posse, you'd be unstoppable.
Dude.
There's a little bit of fear in me right now.
You should be afraid. This next run, I'm letting it all hang out.
Okay, I'm ready.
After the first lap, I knew I was losing time in some of the corners where the thing just didn't have any traction. And so I made a few corrections on lap number 2, which I felt pretty good about.
Ooh, he's picking up the pace. I think he's ahead. Oh, dude! 126, 2 seconds down. That's awesome, but I can beat it.
I had Chinese for lunch. You know what my fortune cookie said?
I lose?
You're gonna loop this bitch out at the end of the track down there.
If only.
But good luck though, okay, ready?
Yep.
Let's go! Oh, that hubcap's coming off.
Well, you lose. No, I lost by 0.8. Ah!
No, I went 126.
Yeah, but you went 128 the first time. This thing is gutless and the steering is really slow, and I got lost, so.
I blame the driver completely. I think the car is perfect.
I'm just gonna take the parking brake off now.
Don't make me get in here and whoop your ass in your own car, all right?
Okay, yeah, I can't let that happen again. That was bad.
Being that I'm giving you almost 1,000-pound weight advantage. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, he looks smoother. He doesn't look as good as I looked, but he looks smoother. 1 minute. This is not good. He's picked up a lot of time.
Now, my second lap, when I actually went around the course like I was supposed to and kind of had the hang of it, I ran a 119, 9 seconds quicker than my first lap. And on an autocross, 9 seconds is light years.
Holy. Guy picks up 9 seconds. What, did you find your balls or something in the last turn? 119.3.
Thank you.
I want to go again. That ain't fair. 5 practice laps.
And so, of course, I won the autocross.
All the autocross really proved was that Freiburger had a better handling car. I wanted to do an event that would showcase who's the better driver. So next we moved on to our obstacle avoidance challenge.
Here's the plan. Rockford, the old reverse 180. We're gonna speed down this way, flip the car around. The goal is maximum action through the boxes, and then you gotta get through the two cars without hitting them.
Thread the needle with the van.
That's it.
I like it.
I'm going first.
All right.
The key to doing a Rockford is to nail it in reverse. And what you want to do is lift off the throttle and spin the steering wheel at the same time. And the car will come around, and just at the right moment, you have to go from reverse to drive.
So Freiburger set the rules up for this deal, and yeah, he did the 180, but he hit the wooden car.
Man, I had good speed, nailed the boxes. I grazed one of the cars, but I still say that was a good pass.
I've never done a Rockford. Freiburger had to tell me, you're gonna do a 180 and then drive out of it. No big deal, I can do that. I'm dumb.
Okay, here I go.
Weak!
I couldn't see out the back window, and I just wanted to make sure the thing would spin around without tipping over.
So we set it up again, and I went for pass number 2, and I was being a little bit too cautious that time because I didn't want to hit the car again.
The guy that set up the rules failed miserably. Freiburger hit the wooden car both times he tried to Rockford through that thing.
You know, Finnegan likes to make up the rules as he goes along, except for when they're my rules, and then they're firm.
That was Freiburger's rule. Gotta follow Freiburger's rule. Yeah, the first Rockford I did, that was kind of a test just to see if it would flip over. It was weak, but the second one, bitchin', went all the way through there with style, without hitting either car. I mean, I threaded the needle with this big-ass van.
I don't know. Van wins.
Who won the Rockford Challenge? This guy.
You suck. Here's why. I had to teach you the autocross, teach you how to drag race, and teach you how to Rockford. I won.
Do you know where you are right now?
I'm in the winning position.
You taught me nothing.
I'm in the pole position, dude.
Oh my God, let's go through this again. Autocross, 5,000 pounds, 4,000 pounds. You won by a few seconds. Drag race, you need to learn to drive better. Because if you tried to pit maneuver me, I would have avoided it.
And then in the Rockford, after teaching you how to do it and you failed, I completely
Wait. If I remember correctly, Rockford, you hit a car, I threaded the needle with a van, a Dodge Ram 250.
Okay, we have to pick a winner because the winner gets to decide what we're going to do tomorrow. I won.
I win.
No.
I win.
Coin flip.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors. You lose.
Oh, you pick.
Suck it. We're going off-roading.
Off-roading?
Yes.
I'm down with that. Right now, out of here. We packed up at El Toro and the next day headed out to the Mojave Desert.
So at El Toro, we had 3 challenges.
And now we're here in the Mojave Desert because we're gonna do one of my favorite things ever, which is trashing passenger cars on dirt roads. I'm gonna challenge you to actually not break the van on the very first competition because I wanna have some fun today.
Oh, limitations.
Yep.
I'll try. No guarantees though.
The first thing that we're gonna do is the rally cross, which is like an autocross except for it's on dirt. It's sort of a small road rally. But we're gonna change it up a little bit because we're gonna do it side by side. Each of us wants to have the inside lane, so we're the first one to the first left-hand turn. And so to shoot it out on who's gonna get that, we're gonna have a head-to-head. Not a tug-of-war, but a head-to-head.
And I'm counting on the Ram and all its might to put the wagon in the dirt. I don't mind losing the head-to-head, so I may just put it in reverse and see if I can make him crash.
While he's in the middle of stuffing a tumbleweed in my car, I am figuring out how to win this head-to-head thing. And the thing to do is to just stand on the brakes and wait for him to start spinning his tires. And as soon as he does, his van gets easier to push because it's breaking traction. And so that's how I'm gonna win that deal and get pole position.
We're not tug-of-warring, we're pushing.
Oh!
So you're losing. Go around.
That's pretty funny.
I'm gonna push you all the way to Mexico.
My plan completely fell down when we decided that we were actually gonna hit each other at speed and keep going. I had no opportunity to step on the brakes, and the van had the weight advantage. I was history.
I had no strategy for the push-of-war, so I just floored it and hit him, and all the weight of the van just pushed that poor little wagon across the finish line. I kicked his ass.
We couldn't afford orange cones, but we did find pink strollers. We're gonna use them to mark our course.
I'm a little freaked out that Freiburger used baby strollers to set up the course. I don't know what that says about him, because I dropped out of psych class after 2 weeks in college.
I thought it was appropriate. We're children, it works. This is pretty soft. Do you think we might have an issue? Not the first time.
I think getting stuck just makes it more fun.
Okay, can I take one of these home?
They're not very sturdy strollers.
I have a feeling that won't matter. Not many strollers withstand 5,000 pounds of van. I meant to actually Google the nearest hospital before we got here. Surprisingly, we have a signal, so
No, wait. If you know where the hospital is, we'll need it.
No, I'm
if
thinking
you don't know where it is, we're fine.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
I thought if we know where it is, we don't need it.
That's how I get through my whole life.
All right, let's just race.
All right.
My race strategy in the rallycross is simply to be faster. I mean, we already know that the Buick is physically faster than the van. That thing's gonna wallow. I know how to drive on dirt, he doesn't, so. You know what though? I just realized something. It is so loose and silty out there, he is gonna be chasing my dust the whole time. Oh, he's screwed. Okay, side by side, just standard bash and thrash.
Yeah, first one to the end wins.
Is there any penalty for running over baby carriages?
Well, we're not doing this for time. I don't know what kind of penalty you could give other than being shamed afterward.
Yeah, but you're shameless about cheating. No cutting corners.
The only corner I'm going to be cutting off is the front end of your car, dude. Don't worry about it.
We should mark a no contact rule until halfway down this.
Oh, come on. You got horsepower advantage. Don't wuss out now. Let's do this.
You call that horsepower? Safety first, you know.
I hope the VCR and television in this thing doesn't hit me in the dome. So how do you want to do it? On a count of 3 or something?
Sure. Except I know you're leaving on 2.
1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah! I ended up nerfing him, sending him off the track.
The van spins left and all I see is a giant mound of dirt. And I braced myself and said, oh crap. The van launches into the air and bouncing a couple times. I'm dazed. The van's making weird noises. My neck's killing me.
And I went and smashed the strollers for the win.
Best day at work ever? Oh my god.
Boom, something hits me. It's him, jackass.
Look at the distance. Look where you landed versus where you launched. Yeah. Check this out. Well, see, look, here's the landing point, but I don't even see where you launched.
I cleared the doubles, dude.
Did you clear the doubles? There's no way.
Yeah.
No.
Telling
you.
Where
did it hit? Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah,
look.
Dude, I cleared the doubles.
Look, you did. You cleared the doubles with the van.
Yeah.
Look, this is where the bumper caved in. There's your tire marks.
Yeah.
You left ground here.
Nothing in here.
Nothing in here. This is all good. Happy critters, life.
And then look,
look at this.
It lands here and bounces. Look,
wow.
Look where it landed the second time, dude.
That is distance for a Dodge van. And they ask why we're not entertained by a Lamborghini.
Dude.
It's because we're 14 years old.
Can't believe I lost that race. Oh, a little sore. Still runs though. Badass automobile. Thank you, Dodge, for building the Ram.
If you thought that was good, watch what we're gonna do now.
Yeah, I feel a little sore, but I'm ready to go.
The first turn of the rallycross, just to the inside of it, had a giant lip that actually ended up being perfect for launching these things for the jump contest. So what we did was we just hauled ass down the straight, cut the corner a little sharper than we had in the rallycross, and just boom.
Oh shit.
Oh, my neck. And although it wasn't as big as when we jumped the Bronco, you know, a couple episodes back, the bounce was just as hard. My back is still sore.
Oh shit.
This is the point where judgment really just went straight off the cliff. Because we bought that Buick to take the chassis out from under it, but at the same time, it seemed like a really good idea.
You do that again.
Was it quality?
It was good, but the back wheels aren't off the ground. You got to go bigger.
What?
Yeah. I bounced like 6 times.
Did you get back wheels off the ground?
Oh, dude, I don't know, but my spine's killing me.
Oh, yeah.
Go again.
No, that hurt.
You were this close from having the back wheels off the ground. It was nice.
That hurt.
Dude, the van killed it in the jump. I don't even think the wagon left the ground. And the van probably got more air at the beginning of the jump, the bounce, and the landing than the wagon did the whole time it jumped in the air. Even though David's car really didn't leave the ground, you could see David in the car damn near hit his head on the headliner, so I know he was just as sore as I was after that jump.
In case you hadn't figured it out by now, this episode was for really our entertainment and not yours. And what really entertained us, and I'm not sure why, was to bring 24 watermelons out to the desert with us and throw it in the back of these vehicles and just see if they would smash each other while we were thrashing down a dirt road.
I don't know who came up with this idea, but after we killed our backs jumping these things, we decided to go as fast as we could down a rut-filled road.
If you really want to make the watermelon thing justifiable, I'm going to call it science. This was really about checking the plush ride quality on the van versus the wagon. And the challenge was to see which vehicle would smash the fewest amount of watermelons.
So what we're doing now is the scientific water smack. Never mind. Ready?
David went first, and the wagon actually looked like it soaked up the bumps pretty good. Although you could see watermelons in the windows bouncing up and down, which was pretty funny.
I didn't break a single watermelon. It's genius. Once again proving the ultimate off-road vehicle.
And then when I went, I'm surprised the van didn't crash because it was all kinds of sideways and up in the air and just watermelons flying everywhere, and it's remarkable they didn't break.
It turns out watermelons don't come apart when they're bouncing around in the back of a van or a wagon.
I don't know who won these competitions, but this was more about going out and having fun in the desert, and once again, I'll say it, best day at work ever.
By the end of the day, it was 108 degrees and we were dying, but we had a blast.
We really didn't destroy either one of these cars other than the sheet metal, so we're gonna go home. We've still got 2 good cars to use for parts.
And if those weren't parts cars at the beginning of our competition, they sure were now.
I think I broke my spleen.
We just bought this Jaguar for $1,000, installed that blower in a parking lot, went drag racing, and cruised it home.
What did you do today? In this episode of Roadkill, we're in San Francisco. My friends Matt and Darren from White Flag Racing in Washington dared us to buy their old small block powered Jaguar. We had a YN 671 blower and a set of Holly carbs sitting on our desks. We told them, drive the Jag to San Francisco and we'd meet them there with $1,000 and they'd have a deal.
This is too good for us. Clearly too good for us.
It's too nice.
She's a runner. Is it fast?
It's gotta be fast. It's got duct tape on it. Look at that.
Wow.
That started too easy. I'm a little worried.
Sweet.
It runs good.
And it's a 74?
74.
It's smog exempt. Oh, we're gonna have fun. Look how nice the trunk opens. It's like English quality, straight from Coventry.
Oh, dude, you can smuggle a lot of hookers in that trunk.
Wow, you can.
There's a lot you can do.
Okay, ready? You got it? This door doesn't open. You trying to sell us a bogus car here?
The seatbelt's gooey enough that I feel safer not wearing it.
I know, it's kind of gross.
Is the heater on?
Seriously.
Yeah, it is. Because that turns your fan on.
We have to have the heater?
Your fan.
Oh, when we turn the radiator fan on, it also turns the heater on?
Yeah.
Wait, why does this say V12? This is a V12 car. You always wanted a V12 ever since you drove that Lamborghini, remember?
Somehow this is coming a little bit short of that.
You feel gypped by 4 whole cylinders.
Yeah. We'll add a blower and make up for it.
Ooh, it's peppy. Am I gonna have a "this is too nice to ruin" moment with this car?
Yes, you are.
This is pretty sweet.
That'll just make you wrong. This is not too nice to ruin.
When you bolt a small block Chevy in a Jaguar, does it just automatically start leaking?
Probably leaking before the Chevy ever made its way in there.
Or does it have like organ rejection? Is that wide open? Ooh! Oh, that's not good. That's fuel starvation. That's always a good idea with a supercharger.
Yeah, let's put a blower on. That'll fix that right up. This thing's a pile. It's perfect for cutting a hole in.
Oh, I actually have no issue with that, but I'm saying overall this is just too comfortable. I'm not suffering at the level I like to suffer.
What do you mean? The windows are up and the heater's stuck on, dude.
I feel good. It can only get worse from here. The blower's not going to help any overheating situation. I hope you're aware of that.
I'll just drive faster. More wind.
Okay. We'll be able to drive faster. The blower will self-compensate that way. Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm excited about the Jaguar. Thanks for everything.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
You just want to say goodbye and run as fast as you can, don't you?
You now assume no responsibility, right?
I have no responsibility whatsoever. As is, where is, how is, no warranty, expressed or implied. It's yours. You bought it.
I'm approving of it.
Let's go put a blower on it.
We need to find a spot to do that. We should be near a parts store, or do we live dangerously and not be near a parts store?
We're gonna need a parts store. Less than a mile from the airport is Gotelli's Speed Shop, so we're camped out here in their parking lot. The Jaguar runs pretty darn good. It's got a Vortec 350 in it and a Turbo 350 trans. Not fast enough though.
Not fast at all.
We're gonna cut a giant hole in the hood of this thing and put a supercharger on it.
You're not going to believe this, but the water's going in the bucket.
You're right, I don't, because you're usually the guy that just puts that big 8-foot round stain on the ground. I'll make a claim. 1 o'clock we started, 5 o'clock it runs.
Hey, this is a roller cam motor, and it's sludgy.
Wow, this guy was big on oil changes and maintenance.
I feel real good about it.
This thing's so filthy inside, it probably doesn't even matter if I scrape gasket into the valley and leave it. Well, if you're gonna clean the bolts, then I'm gonna clean the sludge out of the lifter valley just because I feel guilty.
Dude. Don't even bother. That's performance oriented. This is cosmetic. So as of right now, we're 38 minutes in. There we go. And wow.
That's beautiful.
I can hear the awesome. I can taste the boost.
They'll want to put it in a museum because it's going to look like art.
I don't know if you noticed, but we have a Jaguar with a blower bolted to it.
Few things in life look that cool right there. Most of those things are naked women. There are no other cars that look as cool as that. We've got miscellaneous lines to hook up, cut the hole in the hood, put a fuel pump in it. It looks like it's really close to being done, but we've got hours of work left still.
We just installed $1,600 worth of carburetors on a $1,000 POS.
I'm putting the throttle linkage together. Actually, I'm putting it together and taking it apart over and over again until I get it just perfect so that it opens full throttle without sticking.
This is an MSD boost timing master. It retards timing in proportion to boost so that you don't detonate the engine and kill it, and we're gonna need all the help with that we can get. Okay, that's my 3 out of 4 ain't bad MSD mounting method. What do you think? Right
beautiful.
here, not so much. Over here, nice and attached.
Throttle linkage need a little adjusting. Had to move the mount for it, so I'm being lazy right now and I'm just gonna drill the new holes on the motor. Fixed.
Done.
I am the smartest man alive. Look at the action on that baby.
Look at that. That only took 3 hours?
1 hour.
1?
If I had read the instructions, it probably would have worked in stock form.
I don't think so. Oh, the throttle linkage is a thing of beauty. We have the original cable in some mishmash bracket with some junk hanging off that we don't even need, followed by the thing of beauty vice grips holding it all in place. The zip tie is, of course, holding the wiring. This is a factory wind bracket. This is the wind linkage. This, not so much. That's an extension so that we could lengthen the cable to get wide open throttle. Then, of course, there's the beautiful and NHRA legal dual return spring setup being held by the crimp connector eyelet underneath the valve cover bolt. That's a genius.
I graduated college.
For that.
For that.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, we made it run at 6:30, only an hour and a half behind schedule, right?
That doesn't really count as running.
It ran.
It coughed.
It ran. It sounded to me like it still needs more advance.
Yeah.
So I just cranked that in. Wow! I have never heard such a weak blown motor.
It sounds stock.
It's stock!
But I can hear a pulley.
Kinda. That was no good for that poor blower. Okay, there's a big water leak over there you might want to handle.
Oh, there's no radiator cap on this thing.
That's probably why.
Who was in charge of that? Not me. Success. Car runs. I don't know if it moves, but it started up, and now we just gotta set the timing, play with the carb a little bit, and then cut a big giant hole in the hood so we can put the scoop on. Don't let the vice grips holding the throttle together fool you. We care about this car.
This is about to be the reason why we did all of this. Yeah!
Dude, does not get any more hot rod than that right there.
The Dragoire is born.
That's tea and crumpets covered in Jack Daniels right there. I don't even need you in here to make right turns.
You can see a Geo past that scoop.
This maybe hides a guy on a moped. Another good day.
8:33. That's only, what, 3.5 hours past when we estimated, right?
The hood fits. Cuts pretty good, if I do say so myself.
We're gonna hit the road tonight and go find a hotel to stay at, and then tomorrow morning we'll tune it up a little bit, head out to Sacramento Raceway. Well, this is pretty awesome. It's day 2 of our adventure, and we have a problem with the throttle linkage where the little arm is over center, and so it's really, really hard to step on the pedals.
You pretty much have to just slam your foot on the floor to make the throttle work. It's not the best way to try and drive it. So we're gonna raise this up, bolt it all back together, and then hit the road. I think we tried it 4 different ways with the vice grips.
2 different ways there, so that's 8 times about 5 different ways there, so that's what,
put that
40
in the mix.
something? Yeah, that's
at least
roughly 50 different combinations. Idling kind of high.
We're just gonna have to adjust it for extra medium throttle at the racetrack.
Yeah, it's a precision instrument of horsepower here. We get to pick whether it idles or whether it has wide open. And right now we've chosen idle, and when we get to the drag strip, we will choose wide open. Ah, yeah. And it died.
It's just really quiet. Dude, it just stuck the throttle open.
Yeah, because it's up against the hood.
No rev limiter?
Oh, we didn't put a chip in.
You just found valve float.
You're like, huh, the throttle has a hard spot. Yeah, where it's hitting the hood. We made it over the Bay Bridge on our way to Sacramento, but the problem is that our new fancy linkage that's actually functional hits the hood now, which is a drag because it tends to stick at wide open throttle. Fortunately, we're not making enough power for that really to be a problem, but it's a little annoying.
We'll get there faster. It just won't be too safe. Oh yeah. It's like butter now. Now, when you don't want to go full throttle, you don't have to go full throttle. So we're cruising along I-80, heading towards the drag strip. Probably going too fast, but not sure because we have no speedometer. The temp gauge just started climbing, and we pegged it back there, and you could smell a little bit of a coolant. So we stopped in here just to let it cool off, and oh, it's dripping good now. You could boil cabbage in there right now.
It's the difference between going from, what was it, 55 degrees last night, 70 during the day, and it's now 103.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's hot. I don't blame the blower at all.
It's flawless.
Yeah.
Cool air is passing past it.
We've really increased the ventilation by 2 square feet as far as
the
I'm concerned.
adiabatic efficiency is just off the charts.
It's 102 degrees out, and I figure the fastest way to cool this thing off is to drive it through a car wash. So that's what we're gonna do. If it starts. That's not good.
Like the gas is boiling?
And pour some water on the carburetors?
I don't know why I'm doing this. This is doing absolutely nothing other than entertain Finnegan. It worked!
Thank you!
It worked! You were right, I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm claiming it. Let's go cool the car off. Oh, okay, windows leak. Actually kind of feels good right now.
Oh, that totally worked. It barely wanted to start because it was so hot. And when I left the car wash, needle was back in the middle of the gauge, fired right up. So that's the key. We'll drive like 20 minutes and then pull over somewhere and wash the car.
So we drove 10 miles, I think. Getting another car wash now. Cool the drag wire off so we can go another 10 miles and get another car wash. It is Africa hot inside this car right now. Holy cow. I wonder why the car's not happy. It's like driving down the freeway with a hairdryer pointed at you. The air hitting the radiator's not doing anything. Yeah, Freiburger's down for the cause. As soon as we get here and the windows roll up, he jumps out. Shit! Guess that's what I get for talking smack right now. Ah, shit! Wait! Ah! Engine's cold again. Success.
Car wash number 3. We're about 2 miles from the drag strip. Gonna make one more stop to cool the motor off. Then we're going fast. Extra medium, actually.
It's actually 110 outside right now. Look at the slime. This thing was in air conditioning 2 minutes ago. Yuck.
We made it 12 miles between car washes this time. Doing good. My average is going up.
So we drove 2.5 hours in the sweat box at like 108 degrees, but finally we're here at Sacramento Raceway, and now we're gonna hook up an O2 sensor so we can read the air-fuel ratio on the motor, and we'll go out in the street and tune it up a little bit, then go through tech inspection and hope that they actually let us race with our cracked windshield. Don't tell them. Here's the thing everyone watching this video needs to understand. This blower is cosmetic. This isn't serious performance equipment at this point because it is on a bone stock 350 crate motor small block. Who knows how many miles are on the thing. It probably made 250 horsepower when it was stock, to be generous. So with the blower, 5-6 pounds of boost, honestly, it's lucky if it's making 300, 320. And we found out the rear axle ratio on this is 2.88 to 1. So yeah, it's a dog, but we look good. And that's what's important right now.
Oh, it looks amazing.
our wideband O2 system. It's telling us right now at different throttle positions whether it's running lean or fat, which we need to correct that before we make a pass down the strip and hurt the motor.
Did you see it go to 14?
Yeah, 14's fine.
14's fine?
Yeah, if it gets any worse than that, I'll be concerned. 13.
There we go. There you go. That's kind of good.
It's fine.
It's fine. Wow.
Doesn't run very good though.
No, it's doggy for sure.
I think it might have been hitting valve float at some point. It sounded decent, and then it started breaking up a little bit, and then you shifted.
That's where you're supposed to shift, right? Valve float?
Works for me.
Oh, is that like head gasket? Wow, that's real bad.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's completely out of water now.
It was trying to self-cool. See, it was ejecting water onto the blower.
Yeah.
That's all it was trying to do.
It's fine.
Can't kill this thing.
All right, so we'll just tidy up and get ready and let this cool down, put some water in it, crack the block, and hit the track. We've been having some overheating problems. This might have a little bit of something to do with it. 113. But it's a dry 113.
Yeah, dry heat.
The radiator's very dry.
Couldn't be you hot rodding around with no water in the radiator.
Nah, it's irrelevant when it's 113. You can do what you want at that point.
That's taking a lot of water.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna take all of it twice. We're filling it up with water, and I looked in the radiator and saw that there's like 2 rows of vanes that I can see of tubes running in the radiator. Only 2 of them are squirting water. This radiator's junk. It's totally plugged up.
Oh, cold water. Oh my God.
Whew. Steam is hot.
This is high tech. I think this is how NHRA guys do it. Thank God there's no Teflon on those rotors. Probably would have melted it out.
Oh, I'm guessing the rotors are pretty scuffed. Well, we got our junk cool down and running, and we're looking for tech inspection now, which appears to be here. Oh, that was great. Look. Tech guy was extremely cool, sort of got what we were doing here. So, we passed.
I really didn't give us a hope in hell of passing. That's awesome.
That's because you weren't here.
That means our zip ties and electrical tape were well placed.
It's completely dark. We're running out of time, so I'm just pouring some hardcore race gas in this thing, hoping we don't detonate it and kill it.
We were going to install a new set of spark plugs so that after he makes some laps, we can look at them and read them and find out how the motor's running. But these are the wrong spark plugs, so forget that idea. Flying blind.
We are everything that we hate right now. Guys on race gas with a blower who are painfully slow. We're posers right now.
Yeah, but our car looks awesome.
Isn't that basically the definition of poser? Looks awesome, runs slow.
I'm ignoring the rules this week.
You ready to guess ET?
Sure. Who's driving?
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Ah, gotcha.
All right.
I always lose that.
All right, but how fast are you going?
It's gonna run 1580.
Okay.
At 90 miles an hour.
All right.
Maybe 89.
I'm an optimist. 15 flat. 95 miles an hour. That's quicker than he thought it would be. Really slow though.
Freiburger just puked all over the track. This is the part where everybody hates us, because now there's no more racing until they clean it up. Damn. And it's hot and it's gotten slower. I blame myself for that. I had a feeling it was going to get hot after just one lap and probably start puking. Probably should have told it to stop.
It wasn't even hot when I left.
It was hot enough.
Was it puking right when I pulled up? Because the gauge was way low.
When you took off, all the way down the track.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never done that in my life.
They hate us right now.
I'm sure.
So,
we're
done. It's not going to go any faster anyway.
No, it's not. That
you slowed down like almost 3/10 on that one.
Well, we came, we saw, we failed. We did what we intended to do, which was drag race the Jaguar. I think it's no longer the Jaguar. We can't do it.
That's a drag to try and drag race it.
I guess that's true.
She's a cruiser. She's not a drag racer. No. This is a car for bombing your way to Vegas. Pulling up to the valet and saying, park this thing in a good spot. That's what this is for.
Drink, sleep, leave?
Yes.
Okay.
It was dumb luck that not only was it super hot outside, but the blower didn't help our cooling situation. So the next day we bought a brand new radiator for the car, hoping that would help us get home. And when that didn't work, we just took the hood off the car and strapped it to the roof, motored it all the way home.
You know, people have been giving us flack that we do things like put engines in cars in parking lots in the middle of nowhere, and then there's no burnouts. So here we go. Get some, yeah! We needed a dial-back timing light, which probably won't work. This is not a dial-back timing light.
I said it. That must have been the $99 one. This is the $49 one.
All right, well, we were gonna time it, but now we're perfectly tuned.
Dude, give me a dial-back timing light. He's like, okay, here, 49 or 99. Give me the 49, okay.
That's great, all right.
This will give you a good idea of where things are at. That's my wallet. The ratio of cash to receipts for stuff I've bought for the Jaguar, it's a little lopsided, and note that that's all 1s and 5s. There's no 20s in there, no extra medium bills. Things are not going well. This is a special collector's edition of Roadkill. Save it, kids. We didn't fail this time.
This time on Roadkill, we are going to take a '73 Suburban that we've never driven and use it to haul a '55 Chevy body 1,100 miles to Jim Meyer Racing in Oregon to build Finnegan's dream car.
California thinks we own a '55 Chevy.
This is the it's legal as far as you know state of California.
Yeah, California says you own a car.
Is this a street?
Yeah. This is nice. He supposedly has like 30 cars here. I don't know where he's going to fit those in a
30
in a track.
This must be the guy.
Yep, that's him.
This door's still full of water.
They'll teach us to wash the car.
Here it's sloshing.
Hey, Don.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
I'm David.
It's been months, but I'm ready to pick up the car.
Car's around back, waiting for you.
Cool.
Let's check it out.
I've been searching for a 1955 Chevy Bel Air off and on since I was a teenager when I first saw the movie Two-Lane Blacktop. I bought this car 4 months ago, sight unseen, and I'm really fired up to finally see this thing in person. The roof's good, the quarters are...
Quarter, not so much.
Yeah, the quarters need a little help.
Oh yeah, trunk's nice. It's perfect for what we're doing.
It'll make a great race car.
Yep. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be perfect. Whoa! We're gonna take this up to Oregon and actually plop the body on a brand new chassis up there at Jim Meyer Racing, make a gasser out of it like that. And what's really cool about it is that we're gonna put a Chrysler 426 Hemi in this car, and we have it in the back of the Suburban. It's like gasser kit all right here with us. Whoa! Whoa. What? You okay? Yeah, okay.
We're about to leave Hemet, home of Don Edwards, the guy who sold me the '55 Chevy. And it's all strapped down, or at least as well as we could strap it down. So now we're gonna drive 1,000 miles up to Oregon.
Is it that far?
Yeah, 1,100 actually.
That's not good. Is the Suburban gonna make it? we better find out.
Let's go. Better start now while it's still daylight.
You drive.
All right. I've only seen 2 55 Chevys with Hemis in them in my life.
I've only seen them with Chrysler early Hemis in them. I've never seen a 426.
Yeah, both the cars I'm talking about.
Did you bring the stack injection?
Yep.
You gotta be real careful not to smash that box.
Yeah. Am I going the right way?
Sure. Am I supposed to be directing?
I think so. And there's an ostrich. Holy crap. I've never seen an ostrich in real life.
You never have?
I kind of want to stop and go look at the ostrich.
Make some ostrich McNuggets?
Oh my God. Look, buffalo. Wait, is that those are buffalo. Holy crap.
You're right. Have you ever seen one in real life?
I've never seen that or an ostrich in real life. I thought we killed almost all of these.
We tried.
Best day of work ever.
55 Chevy, 426 Hemi, ostrich buffalo.
Yeah, best day of work ever.
Doesn't usually happen.
No.
The first stop we're going to make is at Rod's West in Ridgecrest, California, because we've got to pick up some cool wheels that we're going to put on the front of the car.
It's a place that's owned by Don Walden. He's been here for decades, and where we're standing at one point was covered by nothing but mag wheels. He buys and sells them and refurbishes them, and so there's a pallet of them there, and back over here there's a wheel graveyard of a bunch of rare wheels, and now he's become the Willys king. He's got a bunch of Willys parts here. He builds gassers pretty much for everybody that wants one.
But there's also Austins and Angles and all sorts of
There's
things.
Henry J's, Austins, Tim's.
This is amazing. Stop talking so I can go look.
Yeah. People would lose their mind if you gathered all this up and went to the Pomona swap meet with it. Oh my God. Died and gone to heaven. Just want to take it all with me. Don is hooking us up with a modern interpretation of the old school Anson Sprint wheels, which will look perfect on the front end of our 55 Chevy.
When I first built the wheels, I had the wheels done, I gave the option to the guys about putting the valve stem on the back side.
Yeah.
Because the wheel was originally a sprint car wheel and it would go either way.
They flip them.
Right. Drag race guys wanted this side, then the sprint car guys wanted the other side. So you see the wheel with the valve stem on the opposite side.
That's going to look killer on the front of that thing.
You have to talk him out of putting smoothie steelies on the back. They're the kind with no hubcap bumps.
No, it's got to have the other one.
Told you.
Yeah.
Visiting Rod's West here was just completely amazing. I could easily spend a full weekend rifling around here. I love taking pictures of all the old things that are sitting around, but unfortunately we need to hit it. We burned so much time that we're going to have to cannonball in the dark. How long do you want to drive, Finnegan? Like 2 in the morning?
Till we're there.
Till we're there, because we got to get to Oregon post haste. Let's hit it. The Macho Grande has been doing excellent so far, but it does need some routine maintenance. Spark plug wire kept falling off, and it only runs 7/8 as well as it should on 7 cylinders.
We're gonna save that plug wire we took off because it's still good, and we're gonna put it right here with our spare dipstick in the fender where it belongs.
Yep, with the old man rag, maybe a couple wigs stuffed in there for quieting it down.
It's a good hiding spot.
Yeah, that's not short. All right.
We can just run that way around the motor
You know what?
and come back twice.
If you wrap this around this a couple times, I'm thinking that it might magnetize the inlet and give us better fuel mileage.
Lines up all the molecules.
Right.
We're gonna get at least 6 miles to the gallon now.
Pour fluid in, let's go.
Found a blown fuse for the accessory circuit, which is why all the lights just turned off. So we replaced the fuse with one we found in a glove box, one of many, which tells us this has happened before. So now we're actually going to try and troubleshoot why it's happening.
Yeah, the used car forensics tells you that when there's 4 packs of 20 amp fuses in the glove box, there's a frequent issue, for sure.
I can't say for certain who wired it, but whoever they are should be kicked in the nuts, drug out in the street, and shot, because there's about 9 splices to connect this much wire. So we just hacked a bunch of it out, taped up what we could. I don't know if that's going to fix it, but we'll put another fuse in and see how far we can get this time.
What time is it, and how many hours do we have until Oregon?
We need to be there Friday. Today's Wednesday.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Still got lights. Well, we just made a nice loop in and out of the parking lot and blew the lights again. For some reason, when we're moving, it blows lights, and when we're parked, it doesn't. So something is pinching somewhere, and by unplugging the trailer, we'll isolate it, whether it's in the trailer or in the truck. I was right. It turned out that the stock wiring harness was like jiggling in a little clip on the frame, and I was able to crawl into the car and I saw it sparking, and I just wrapped it with some electrical tape and we're done. Now we're gonna hit the road to Bishop.
Yesterday we got our new project car, 55 Chevy. Didn't get very far down the road because some electrical gremlins with our tow vehicle, the Suburban, but after rewiring it on the side of the road at midnight, she's dialed.
And now we're in Bishop, which is one of my favorite little towns, and a local told me where he thinks there's a abandoned 50s truck out in the desert, so we're gonna go check that out before we hit the road. There's a lot of trash in the desert here, like old trash.
I bet we find something good out here. There's a barrel. There's a gas tank right there, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're getting warm?
Yeah.
I hope that's not it.
Oh, hell. That might have been a truck.
That used to be a truck cab.
Is that a fender?
That guy obviously had greater appreciation of our skills than we do.
Wait. What did he tell you was out here?
He said it was an old round pickup truck, and that is an old round pickup truck. Look at it, it's destroyed.
There ain't a round surface left on that thing.
I see a fender, or no.
Oh my God.
Okay, there's good news and bad news here. The good news is I have complete confidence that we could get that home on the back of the trailer. The bad news is there's absolutely no reason to. Oregon bound. Long grade, old truck. We put a new radiator in the Macho Grande before we even left, but it was no match for this big long grade at wide open trying to get out of Bishop. And so we overheated, and overheated pretty bad. We've been worse though. I think we'll be good. Is it walkable down to the water place?
Couple miles. Every road trip the hood comes off.
I know. Let's strap the hood to the roof.
That would fix this. All right. I'll walk down the hill. Gotta get a raise for this. Oh, thank God. That was the easy part. Carrying this up that hill is gonna suck. Suddenly I have to pee. There could have been a bigger spout on here. Just saying. Up the hill. Well, somehow this is Freiburger's fault. I can't pinpoint how or why, given that he was pretty much in a coma in the passenger seat when I drove us up this hill too fast. But after hiking all the way down the hill to get the water and to come all the way back up, I've decided it's definitely not my fault, it's all his fault. And if that's not enough water, he's hiking down the damn hill to get the rest of it.
How much oil should be in the water? I know how we can do a roadkill and never boil over once.
Don't leave home?
Get a Volkswagen. What bugs me is we actually were proactive about it this time and put in a radiator. New one, not even record. That's amazing it still has that much pressure after this long.
It just means the freeze plugs are still in there. It's good news.
This reminds me of the Alaska trip. This reminds me of the Jaguar trip. This reminds me of...
Buick.
This reminds me of...
Told you, deja vu. This is every trip. Yeah. Any minute now, we'll cut to a clip of us driving with the hood off this thing.
One time, I had a friend, Tony, who his 340 Duster did this, and he like leaned way back and got the cap off and nothing happened. He goes like this, right in the face, like melted, literally, skin was hanging off of him. It was pretty bad. So go ahead and pop that. Ah!
At least I didn't scream. You put the water in. back it off. Let's go before something bad happens.
Our tow rig is a 73 GMC Suburban, and the guy I bought it from swore that it has 340,000 miles on it. And it doesn't really seem like it. It runs pretty good. It's got a 454 and a turbo 400 automatic. We put some brand new Mickey Thompsons on it. But the thing is, I paid $1,500 for this thing. It sat for a year, and we never drove it until the day we put the tires on it and left for this trip. Our route here is the 395 North in California, which takes us all the way up to Reno. It's a great drive, lots and lots of wilderness and neat little towns. This is Mono Lake, which is actually a salt lake. It's actually the same place we drove when we took that El Camino trip a few episodes back. Our overheating problem fixed itself once it stopped being 100+ degrees outside, and once we stopped trying to full throttle it up big steep hills. We're in the Reno Sparks area now, and we were so close that we thought that we would come here and visit the scene of the crime at Summit Racing, where we did our engine swap on the El Camino a couple episodes ago. You think there's still a big stain on the parking lot? That's what I want to know.
These people care too much about their facility. I bet they street sweeped it.
Let's find out. I spent a year in this parking lot one day. Wow. You'd never know we were here.
No, it's right there. They did a better job cleaning it than we did.
Yeah, I scrubbed it, but wow, impressive. Summit Racing on the ball.
Oh, that was fun.
Okay.
Let's go get dinner.
Let's.
We are in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Got up this morning, got pulled over by the cops, and now I'm waiting on Freiburger to answer some emails because he's kind of a big deal on the internet, and we're gonna head to Lincoln City hopefully today. So you'll note that the car is running, and we've been getting about 6.5 miles to the gallon so far in this trip. That's not helping our cause. I can't turn the car off right now. It's custom. Oh, here we go. Idling down. Come on, baby, stall. Okay, throttle's backed all the way out. It doesn't want to stall. In gear. And it won't die. I'm gonna have to reach in there and disconnect the power wire to the distributor. We'll just have to do that everywhere we go now. All right, we got a full tank of gas, a radiator with water in it.
That's amazing.
Under 300 miles to go, and it's still daylight out. You were supposed to turn on the 39.
Okay, where was that?
Back there at that sign that said 39.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna turn around again.
Fantastic navigating, Mike Finnegan.
I told you what to do, you just didn't do it.
You know I can't remember anything for more than 3 seconds. I have the attention span of a gnat.
We were 0.3 of a mile from the turn when I gave you the directions.
I know, I told you. Gnat. It's really cool to be here in Oregon instead of in the desert, which is where we normally do our road kills. Right now we're heading sort of northeast across the state, and we're headed towards Lincoln City, which is right on the ocean.
It doesn't sound happy. Pour some oil. Yesterday we got within 60 miles of Lincoln City, stopped for the night, and when we parked the Suburban, it was running really good. This morning we fired it up, started heading for Jim Meyer Racing, and the engine just started clattering really bad. So we pulled over and checked the oil, and there wasn't any oil in there. I don't know where the oil went. But the camshaft and the lifters are not happy about our severe lack of lubrication, so Freiburger's putting some more in, and now we're hoping that we don't flatten the cam lobes before we get to our destination.
Why was it perfectly fine last night when we stopped? That's what I don't get.
Maybe guys that don't like your critique of the Lamborghini drained the oil out last night.
Maybe guys who don't like your goatee.
Maybe.
That could happen.
away. We are so close.
Are you excited?
Dude, I'm about to piss myself.
Please don't. Truly the greatest thing about this project is by the end of today, it's gonna look like a car. It's not just gonna fester around forever hoping that it's cool.
Ask me how close we are.
How close are we?
1.8 miles to paradise.
Let's stop for breakfast, I'm hungry.
I'll push you out the car door and keep driving.
Jim Meyer Racing is like a gearhead paradise right near the cool tourist area of Lincoln City. He's got this great shop tucked away in the woods. He's been here like 25 years just doing cool gearhead stuff. He's got old motocross bikes, weird old hot rods, but the main thing that they do here is they make complete rolling chassis that you can just slap under your car. I've heard of this place forever and seen their ads and stuff, but it's always cool to show up and find out that it's a real place with real, genuine hot rodders.
The better you can get the car to start out with, of course, the better your build's going to be and the less expensive it's going to be. But, you know, for even the dents and the quarter panel the way it is, it's not going to take much to put this thing back together.
We've got about, I don't know, 24 hours before we've got to hit the road, so we should probably get to work and throw this thing together.
Yeah, we'll get a plan going here. I got 5 guys here today, so I don't think we'll have any problem getting this thing going on.
Oh man, that's nice. Wow, that's way too good for you.
I really don't deserve this. It's better than I imagined it. I mean, I've been drooling over a photo that big on the website for a year now. Way better in person. Amazing welds. The construction's really nice. These guys don't mess around.
We're gonna roll the chassis out and back the trailer all the way in and try and get it straight onto the lift. So far, it's like happening really fast. Got the body off the dolly on the lift, and now what we're doing is trying to center it over the chassis and eyeball what's going to happen with the rear tire fitment so that we can cut out the quarter panels.
I've been looking forward to going to Jim Meyer Racing's place for a long time because these guys know what they're doing. They've been building hot rods forever. Just being around mills and lathes and plasma cutters, that just makes me warm and fuzzy inside, so it's awesome to be here. In a traditional gasser style car, the rear quarter panels on a 55 Chevy have to get radius cut so that the 30-inch slicks will fit, and then they stick out just a hair, which is part of the reason why the cut is so tall, so that when you drive the thing down the road, if you hit a bump and the suspension compresses, the tire has room to go up without damaging the body. That is awesome. I love the sidewall on that tire.
Looks like a truck tire.
Yeah. We've already cut that side out, made a template of it. Now we're going to transfer it to this side, cut this side out.
We really wanted to mock up the Hemi and the transmission and the chassis, but we ran into a couple problems that prevented that. So here we're just going to mock it up so it sticks to the car on the way home on the trailer.
We're so close.
Break out the intake manifold.
Yes.
This is the key to the look of this car. I have had this Enderly mechanical fuel injection setup on my shelf forever. And when I knew we were going to build the car, I knew I had to give it to Finnegan. This thing looks right.
And I didn't get socks this year. Woohoo!
The car turned out exactly the way I've always envisioned. It's cool that we took just a bare body on a trailer and showed up here, plopped it on a chassis, sort of threw a Hemi into the thing, and made it look like a complete radical gasser in a matter of hours.
I made it sleep in the car tonight. I can already see myself at the drag strip. This is the best day at work ever.
Once again, this might actually be. I gotta agree with you.
The ultimate goal for this build is to have a kick-ass gasser that runs low 10s and hopefully does wheelies. And I want the car to look a lot like the 2-lane blacktop 55 Chevy, except my car's gonna have a Hemi in it just to piss off Chevy guys.
This is gonna motivate us. We gotta get this thing done, and when we do, guaranteed that's the ultimate Roadkill episode. We've had a lot of fun, but this might be the most enjoyable Roadkill yet, just because it was a great drive. I love the Macho Grande, and we made an incredible car.
A lot of success. Very few breakdowns that were speed bumps, so yeah.
We're pretty sure it'll be much worse and more violent on the next episode of Roadkill.
Word. I froze my nuts off in this parking lot.
Maybe you can find them and put them back on.
I know, right?
You do the speech. Go for it. Spit it out.
You're doing great, actually.
No, be funny.
You're doing great. I'm number 2.
Still rolling? We completely failed again?
Get the front tires mounted on the wheels. Cut the firewall and get the body bolted down.
I don't know, because I won't be there, right?
You're gonna punk out and leave early?
Thank you.
That didn't fit right. Look, you got lice now.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Whoa, 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 dude. Dude. Careful, all right?
On this special episode of Roadkill, we're going on a drag racing road trip with 500 of our friends. This is Roadkill, which is the show where normally we are out there destroying ourselves for your entertainment. This time, we're gonna force other guys to wreck themselves. It's Hot Rod Drag Week, where we take 180 drag cars, some of them with like 2,500 horsepower. We make them run 5 drag strips in 5 days and drive 1,400 miles. There is major wreckage involved.
I don't know why anybody listens to us. I wouldn't have agreed to that.
And they're doing it all for a jacket.
Suckers.
Watch these chumps. This is Tulsa, Oklahoma, day 1, registration and class inspection and test and tune.
Drag Week started claiming victims before we even started racing. I was interviewing Bob Larson about a broken axle on his car when I heard an awful noise.
Then broke that right in half. I heard a turbo car spooling up for a launch and then an ugly noise.
We ran over to find Doug Klein's Camaro smashed. Luckily, the only thing really damaged was Doug's pride. The sheet metal and front suspension took the brunt of the hit, but he was fine. The cause of the accident was a leaking intercooler reservoir that threw water on the track in front of his rear tires. It cast a small cloud over the event because we really hadn't even started racing yet.
This is Tulsa Raceway Park, where we're gonna start and end Drag Week this year. We stopped here last year and the traction was just so killer that we had to come back.
Larry Larson has won Drag Week 4 times in his 66 Nova, so he knows what he's doing. It'll be real interesting to see if he can stay ahead of the pack this year. Wow, Larry just ran a 694, the quickest pass he's ever run and the quickest pass anyone's ever done at Hot Rod Drag Week.
The 55 Chevy over there in the right lane, the guy that owns it built it in 1970, made his own straight axle for it. It's been in mothballs ever since. His kid just talked him into dragging it out, and they're doing Drag Week together for the first time ever. I forgot about that. The one thing his kid asked him to change was the clutch because it's 30 years old. Dad didn't change it. That's what I smell right now. Bye-bye clutch.
Todd Mashmeyer has won the modified Power Adder class before in his 1968 Camaro, and he's back again with Travis Gilpin behind the wheel to defend the title.
Oh yeah, leave the wagon go. Camaro went 779 at 179. That station wagon just went 837. One turbo.
This is Jeff Lutz in his twin turbo 57 Chevy, and he's run Drag Week with us for a few years, and that's what's going to give him an edge here. Not only is the car capable of the ETs he needs to run to catch up with Larry Larson, but he knows what it's like out there on the road. He is going to be prepared for anything. Lutz showed us what he's got with a 716 at 212 miles an hour, the fastest mile an hour we've ever seen at Drag Week. We'll see if he can hold this thing together.
Repairs were already underway in the pits as racing came to an end on day 1. We spotted Jeff Lutz getting his welder out of his trailer to help a few other competitors.
We're just about to leave. Everybody's tired, hot, hungry when Jeff Lutz fired up his 57 Chevy and heard something he didn't like. Jacked up the car, crawled under it, found a broken torque converter bolt. Doesn't have the bolt, but it's gonna limp it to the next track with 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6 ain't bad. It's 4 p.m. We've been here since about 8 in the morning. This is the mess that happens in the pits afterwards as everybody packs everything they've got to go drag racing into a little trailer. Racing's done, we're heading for Texas.
We left Tulsa and headed to the nearest gas station. And wouldn't you know it, after a couple of unlimited racers topped off their tanks, the station ran out of gas.
So the wagon's overheating, so they bought a garden sprayer, filled it up full of water. The passenger's gonna pump the thing while they drive, and a little hose is gonna shoot water at the front of their radiator, hopefully to cool it off while they're driving. When that doesn't work, they'll take the hood off, like I told them to.
1,400 miles doesn't seem like that big of a deal for a regular car, but you put a serious street strip car in traffic, and suddenly overheating becomes a real issue. Not 20 miles outside of Tulsa, we found cars dropping like flies, overheated on the side of the road in 90-degree temperatures. It's 8:40 at night. We've been on the road maybe 5-6 hours. We've gone a total of 40 miles. We just stopped under an overpass and found Schroeder and his buddy from Canada and their 66 Vet on the side of the road with a dead battery. So they're fixing that right now while I'm sitting here taking pictures of their misery. At the rate we're going, we're gonna get to the track tomorrow when it opens, and we're probably not sleeping tonight.
We had some beers here. This would be just nice.
We have no reason to leave if we had beer here. Another 20 miles down the road, another broken car. This time it's Todd Mashmeyer. He hit the bridge with his car, took out the cross member to the motor, smashed the oil pan, the transmission pan. Now he's got a welder to fix it. Before the night was over, we caught up with Sean Fink and Brian Macy, who are having a bit of charging system issues with their panel wagon.
That's our new alternator. It kind of keeps up until you go slow, and then not so good. But hopefully we make it through.
And by the way, the hood was off the car.
Day 2 of Hot Rod Drag Week finds us in Ennis, Texas at Texas Motorplex. There's a new class this year called Super Street Power Adder, and what's interesting about it is that we make the small blocks and the big blocks run together. Rick Prospero's got this 65 Nova wagon with a turbo big block, and Tim Reed brought back his 79 Pinto that has a turbo LSX GM small block in it. Both of these cars are capable of running 790s.
Tim Reed has gone as fast as 8005 here at Drag Week in his 79 Pinto. His goal is to get into the 7s. He is that close. So we came over to give him an interview, and his dad Al is polishing a wheel, and the steering doesn't look great. What's happening?
Well, Sunday we broke the, did a big wheelie and broke the rack, so it's, we've been fighting it the last couple days.
You broke the oil pan too, huh?
Yeah, broke the oil pan.
All right, so I imagine Tim's off trying to get some steering parts?
Yeah, he's at O'Reilly's getting a part.
Are you guys going to make another hit on it today?
Yeah, we're going to try to make 2 more hits. The wax job I'm putting on it, you know, it's going to make it a little slicker, so that ought to get that half a second.
Oh yeah, that's like race stickers. That's good for 10 or 20 horsepower right there. Awesome. All right, well, good luck.
Hey, thank you, Mike.
We'll see you later. Tim Reed finally got his Pinto into the 7s with a 7.99 second pass, and then Rick Prospero answered with his own 7-second pass, a 793. The question is, can Rick keep it together for the rest of Drag Week? Dodge Ram, single turbo on a Viper motor, went 909 at 148 yesterday. Today, not so good. What happened, fellas?
Blew a head gasket.
Blew a head gasket. What did you do, up the boost some more, or? It was just time for it to go.
It was the same. I think it was just time for it to go. So it's got about 50 dyno pulls in it, but we got a dyno last week, and so it's fresh, very fresh combination. So.
Cool. Did you guys find a gasket to replace it?
Yes, sir.
Cool. You gonna make another hit today, or just fix it and hit the road?
If we can get back on the road, I'd be happy.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Good luck, guys. What they thought was just a blown head gasket turned out to be a torched head and block, and since V10 parts are hard to come by in Tulsa, the Dodge was out. Dad's bringing his son an axle for his 8 3/4 Dodge rear end, going in his old Ram pickup. What was that for service? So did you guys get to make a lap today?
Made one, but it's about 2 seconds off due to the snapped axle.
So how quick can you guys do this? Because it looks like you've done it before.
Hopefully we'll be done here in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes for an axle change. I like it. Clock's ticking. Go for it. Tick, 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 tick. How much nitrous?
150 shot, correct?
150 shot. That's a crappy axle if I ever saw one. Nice work, Dodge. Call it experience, call it luck, call it being a general badass, but Larry Larson makes this look easy. We just talked to him and found out he had all kinds of problems himself. Pulled over by the cops, got lost, left the hotel this morning, got a flat tire, and then on his first hit, broke a sprag in his Lenco transmission. So he's got some repairs to make, and he's definitely got to make another run because he knows everybody else is gunning for him. Despite last night's roadside troubles,
Mashmeyer's Camaro goes 768 at $181.
We're standing here with Todd Mashmeyer and Travis Gilpin after your pretty much epic pass. Last night, this car was strewn out all over the highway like a yard sale. What happened?
We were outside of Muskogee and hit a big bump in the road and knocked the cross member out, knocked a big hole in the transmission pan. Some very nice people come to save the day and rescued us, brought a welder and a generator, and we sat there for about 2.5, 3 hours and got it fixed. Got back on the road, struggled to get here, we didn't even go to sleep last night.
What did it go, $4.99 to half track?
$4.99 to the 8. Yep. We went 128 60 foot, which is our best 60 foot too, so.
So, hit the road now, make it to the next stop.
That'd be it.
That's the plan.
All right, good luck, fellas. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike.
In Pro Street Naturally Aspirated, we've got two-time winner Doc McIntyre coming back with his 68 Camaro. Naturally aspirated, this car has almost run in the 8s, and that's his goal for this week.
121 of the 8th mile. McIntyre got it flat-footed, goes 892 of the 3, baby.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
How did the pass feel?
Beautiful, 123 in the 60.
Nice. You picked up a whole bunch.
You can't believe the timing curve I built for that to run that.
Really? Is it aggressive or?
No,
soft?
Soft.
And it didn't blow the tires off finally.
It was perfect.
Wow, less is more. Nice. About time you did your job.
Yeah. So.
You gonna hit the road or?
Yeah, I'm done, man.
All right. Cool.
Gotta nurse it along, get to Friday, and see if I can get that third jacket.
Awesome.
With the rest of the class more than a second off his pace, all Doc McIntyre's got to do now is finish drag week, and he'll take the win in Pro Street Naturally Aspirated.
Day 2 of drag week kicked off with my favorite Canadian, Dave Schroeder. You've been here before with a 55 Chevy, looking like the 2-lane blacktop car. I loved it. This thing off the trailer was an animal. How quick did you go on day 1?
Yeah, day 1 we went 732 to 195. Was really thrilled with that. And that was with 2 stages and still had a lot more in it.
Schroeder and N's Corvette made the fastest nitrous pass in the history of drag week, a 732 on day 1. We lost him on day 2 after battery failures and overheating took the car out.
This is Alana. She's a new staff member on Hot Rod, and we figured that her first drag week should be trial by fire, so we threw her in the car with this guy.
It's day 2, we're here at Texas Motorplex, and I'm about to go for a ride. Randy, what are we riding in?
My 91 Mustang with twin turbos.
And this little green car is kind of quick.
Yeah, it's run fast 849, 164.
Does it have air conditioning?
Yeah, you roll down the windows and you go 40 miles an hour and the air conditions you.
It's going to be a long drive. So,
we want to go 1182?
Yeah. Sorry. I just missed the turn. I'm a lousy navigator.
My girl can drive faster than you. I'm trying to talk her into marrying me. She's really cool.
I'm living in 2-lane blacktop.
You know what always upsets me though when I go through most of these school zones?
What? There's no kids?
Yeah, it's like, okay, show me what I can kill.
We're not supposed to kill the kids. That's the whole point of the school zone. People totally frown on that.
Kids should be eaten, not burned.
We're on the road coming out of Ennis, Texas, the Motorplex, and we spotted this little dinky drag strip that we had to check out. Cedar Creek Dragway, middle of nowhere, Texas. This is America.
Today we're cruising with Brian Loans, who's been a friend of mine for a long time, and he runs bangshift.com, but more importantly, he's our announcer for Drag Week. He's a hardcore drag racing historian, so it didn't take much for me to convince him to pull over at this cool old drag strip in the middle of nowhere. It's one of the last, or maybe not the last, it's one of the grassroots outlaw, non-sanctioned drag strips around, and it's been here 50 years. The same guy over here has owned it for 30. And it's just got so much character. I mean, the burnout box is worn deep. The place has been around so long, but it's all concrete, and nice wall, nice tree. They're gluing the place, got a nice tower. This is really grassroots drag racing. We wouldn't have Drag Week if it weren't for guys sort of finding their way at little tracks like this.
We used to race me and my brother down through here. Back in was when nitrous first came in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Now, this guy would get ahead of you, and he'd do it on purpose now. He'd kind of act like he's going to swerve at you, and you slow down, he'd go ahead and win the race.
So it was a high-speed game of chicken, essentially.
This right here was the original drag strip. You can see the lines on it and such. And this is a new one they put in 1986.
The tree was on that concrete block up there.
Oh, I see the block. Yeah, look at that. Here, check this out. So this is the center block where the Christmas tree used to slide in. You just drop them in so they can take them out later. That's cool.
I think the two guys ran jet dragsters down this thing and went in the threes.
That wide.
Yeah.
Side by side, and this is about as wide as a freeway lane in LA. What could be better than having a junkyard on the side of a drag strip? That's essentially what this guy's got going on here. He's got a big collection of 50s cars and some worthless stuff, but inside, he had a Trans Am, this early Camaro, a Tri-5 Chevy, good stuff. We gotta hit it, on to Louisiana. 1,200 bucks? Get out. That is a 64 or 5-ish Nova for 1,200 bucks. Or trade. How much is that camera worth? Chevy 2100, it's the low end one. It's pretty rusty. Good looking from afar, but far from good looking. Keith Harrison's a Drag Week veteran, but this is his first time with a 55 Chevy running in our gasser class. Unfortunately, he was fighting fuel pump problems. And this is Luther Duncan in a 70 Maverick with an old school small block and a 4-speed. The cool thing here is that the engine was built by Eddie Miller, who is a past Drag Week champion. Now we're at Thunder Road in Louisiana. A lot of people thought this was going to be the sketchy track. The groove is really narrow. Guys have been hooking up pretty good. The surprise, though, is Larry Larson. He just ran like an 850, banging and farting all the way down the track. Sometimes I wonder if he does that for the show. That's what he did yesterday, and then he pulls it off at the last second and puts down a number that keeps him just in the lead. Makes good drama for us.
Down to the 8th mile, 166. Jeff Watts goes out 7 flat with a 2.
We just finished up. We went 7:00 at 2:12. We're headed to Memphis early. Drag Week 2012. Here we come.
Mashmeyer's bad luck continued when the 605 Chevy under the hood of the Camaro ate a cam and a set of lifters the night before running. He still went 811 and a $174 in Gilliam.
Contrary to popular belief, winning Drag Week is not about averaging the lowest ET in your class, it's about beating the road. Breakdowns are the norm, they're not the exception to the rule. And we're cruising down the road here and just saw Vince and his Firebird laid up here with a bunch of broken valve springs. As per usual, a bunch of other competitors stopped, they're helping them out, they'll get them back on the road. One of the major hurdles at Drag Week is getting everything you need from one track to the next, so guys are hauling little trailers. Eric Yost's team, they built their own trailer. And it's nice, man. This is aluminum, bead rolled, TIG welded. What do we got going on here?
Basically, we got everything we need on the trip. If we happen to break anything, got everything to rebuild an entire transmission, converter. Got our pit bike if we need to ride around, cooler full of ice.
Keg?
Yeah.
Nice touch?
Yeah.
How much do you think you got into this thing?
150 bucks.
DT Cruiser axle is all we paid for, and the rest are just scrap that some race teams have donated over the years.
I love the wheels. It makes a good hood holder for an overheating car. You can hide from the police inside of here. I mean, if you needed to. I'm not saying you need to. If you needed
Whatever
to.
you'd like to do.
You know, we're broke down on the side of the road, but we got the best trailer ever and some pretty damn cold beer, so everything's all right.
In day 4, we're at Memphis International Raceway.
Memphis isn't kind to Lutz or Larson. They're both having trouble getting their cars down the racetrack.
Broke a rocker on him. Must have broke that on the first hit, and that's why it slowed down a little bit.
Oh, he lifted at 300 feet.
After an aborted attempt at making a run down the drag strip, Larry ripped apart his rear end to find a smashed ring and pinion.
Ooh, yeah, pieces.
The scramble was on to find spare parts, not to make another pass at Memphis, but to get back to Tulsa and make his last pass on day 5 of Drag Week. When we caught up with Todd Mashmeyer and Travis Gilpin, neither guy had slept more than 4 hours during all of Drag Week. They ended up limping the Camaro into Memphis, Tennessee on 6 cylinders. The duo had every intention of hitting the 6-cylinder powered Camaro with 3 stages of nitrous to try to hold their lead over Brian Goldstone, but when the car wouldn't do a burnout in the water box, they knew they had to call it quits. They broke the beam and got themselves a 20-second ET, and that was it for them at Drag Week. It looked like you guys intended to make a lap.
Yeah.
And then what changed?
Well, it wouldn't do a burnout. Our intent was to make a lap, and if it blew up, and whatever. We were on our way to comp to pick up cam and lifters and put it together tonight and drive, but
You haven't slept in 4 days.
We had 3 hours of sleep 2 nights ago.
Man.
Like I say, hitting the bridge that first night. I put everything behind. There's all kinds of bearings and roller tips in the bottom of that pan right now.
Playing ping pong?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's never good.
I'm sure we'll be back next year. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Jeff Lutz's 714 pass was enough to give him a 100th of a second lead heading back to Tulsa, so I decided to hop in his 57 Chevy and find out what was on his mind as he headed into the home stretch with the lead. We just left Memphis International Raceway not more than 10 miles ago. We heard a chirp, just didn't sound right. He didn't like it. I didn't like that, he didn't like it, so we pulled over to find out what's going on. He thinks we might have a broken lifter, which that's not good because we've got 400 miles to go, and I think he's got lifters, but we don't have another camshaft, so this is gonna get interesting right now. Oh. Wow, Jeff Lutz just saved his engine from disaster. That noise he was hearing as we were driving was at least this lifter, maybe more, that stopped rolling. This was basically skidding along on the lobe of the camshaft, wearing the roller and the camshaft out. And once you do that, metal goes through the motor, parts play ping pong, bad things happen, and he doesn't get to Tulsa tomorrow to try to win this thing. So he's got a spare set of these and hopefully a new camshaft waiting for him in Tulsa, and he'll get this thing bandaged up and we'll drive 415 miles tonight and make it there. Wow. We're about an hour from Tulsa where it's been raining and the road is super wet, and these giant meats in the back are not happy about it. We are literally just skating all over the road right now. So we pulled over, took a little break. We're gonna crawl right now, maybe like 10 miles an hour tops, so we can keep making some time. Oh, wow, it's cold. Almost made it to the last checkpoint before the last day. Not quite, the rain stopped us, so gonna crash here in the car for the night, hit the road in the morning. We're done for tonight.
Day 5 and we're back where we started, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's raining here today, and if it doesn't dry up soon, we're just not sure if we're gonna get this race done or not.
All right, everybody, listen up. In about 30 seconds, we have the announcement on the fate of the event coming, and yeah, give us 30 seconds.
Well, unfortunately, as you can tell, the weather has been junk today, and it's not looking like it's going to get much better before tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to dodge the flying fruit when I tell everybody that this thing is done. The event has been ended.
What are you saying?
What?
No. Not ended.
Okay, Brian just completely choked.
You said it was pulling the plug.
Nope. Here's the deal. I'm standing here right now thinking, you know what, we need to race this thing. There's a 10% chance of rain at noon tomorrow. We're gonna run.
We're back at Tulsa here today, which is Saturday, and it's not raining yet, and so we're doing our best we can to get all these guys down the track.
Tommy here in his Unlimited Class 57 Chevy found out the hard way there is plenty of traction on that racetrack right now. What happened, Tommy?
We had tuned up the car to make a really good pass, tried to get the car in the H today, and whenever I let go of the trans brake, it came up pretty hard, and it was on a good pass, and then it came down, and whenever it did, it broke both front shocks on the car.
I imagine you'll fix that up and be back next year.
We'll fix it. We'll probably bring the 57 back and possibly bring a second car too. Thank you.
I'll see you further down.
All right.
Prospero got in line to make a pass right in front of Tim Reed, but about 300 feet into the run, something definitely went wrong.
Well, we hurt the transmission on that last pass. Sounded like second gear went bad, so we had our spare from the very first time. We're sticking it back in right now. Tim just ran a 794. He needs a 791 to beat us, so that's why we want to make one more bonsai pass to see if we can get it down in the 7s again.
We are less than 1/100th apart right now, so put nitrous on it about an hour ago, and we're going to go out and spray it, see what happens.
Prospero pulled off a miracle getting his power glide back together and in the car to make another pass, but he did not go any faster than his previous run. Tim Reed's gamble of adding nitrous to turbos didn't pay off.
It ended up blowing the spark out about 500 feet. I'll be back next year.
In the end, Larry Larson came from behind to beat Jeff Lutz by less than 1/100th of a second and earned his 5th consecutive Unlimited Class title. His 66 Nova is Hot Rod Magazine's fastest street car in America. Drag Week is an anomaly. We don't give you a dime if you win this event. All you get is a jacket and the pride that comes with having a seriously fast street car. Join us next month for another episode of Roadkill and watch Freiburger and I destroy ourselves for your entertainment.
Two-stroke blender? Yeah. Let's make some margaritas.
Mix up margaritas.
What are we waiting on?
Oh my god, he went into the center lane.
Mile the third gen Pontiac at 141 miles an hour. Eric Yost goes 760 with a 5.
On this episode of Roadkill, we're sucking smoke down under.
We really had no plan here other than to get on a plane in Los Angeles and fly halfway around the world to Brisbane, Australia. We had to get off the plane and meet this guy named Gup. And all we really know about him is that he runs the Power Cruise here in Australia, which is a series of these wild events with burnouts and superchargers and tire smoke and just the whole program. We had an 8-hour layover in Brisbane, and then we've got to get back on a plane and go all the way to the west coast to Perth. So while we're here, Gup is going to show us around and just give us a little bit of the flavor of what the Power Cruise is all about.
Does the toilet really flush the other direction?
It does. I've actually got video of it because I'm a plumber originally.
That's really the only reason I came here, was just to check the toilet out, and then I'm out of here.
Yeah, but which way does it go over there? Did you look?
I don't know, but I've heard it's wrong. Here. So I'm gonna flush it, get on the plane, I'm out. I just want to kick a kangaroo, watch the toilet, drink some beer, out of here.
Careful when you kick the kangaroo though.
They hurt.
No, they'll kick you back.
This is like America, but inside out. After 18 hours on the plane, Finnegan is just useless. He pretty much turns into a pumpkin at midnight. So he's a vegetable, but we thought it would be a good idea to go drinking. Last time I was in Australia, I complained that there just wasn't good beer. So Gup was out to prove me wrong, and also I got to cook a fish on a rock.
1:45 and Mike's hit the wall already. It's only midday.
I'm good. Let's race.
You keep telling yourself that.
It says drink driving. It's a crime. This drunk guy made that sticker. I got this.
Couldn't leave, I had to leave to greet the girl in my jeans with a kiss on the head.
Oh, you're on
He's gone to the bank for 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Wow, our host is filling a cheap suitcase full of money at a bank. We're going to jail.
We're still catatonic off the airplane for 13 hours, but we're about to see our first motorsports action in Australia.
We're at Queensland Raceways.
In Brisbane, and there's like 5 or 6 different hot rods here. They're like mid-70s Monaros with twin turbo LS motors in them, and it's weird. These guys like having the 1200 horsepower, but they don't really care about going fast. They care about tire smoke.
They're gonna cruise around the road course. When they hit the last turn, they'll be side by side, racing while doing a burnout.
Right.
No lawyers, no insurance companies.
No roll cage, no helmet, no shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are our people.
I'm not worried about it. This should be awesome.
There was this one car that we heard was going to be the quickest car there, and we showed up and saw it, and it's tan, and it looks like a Camry to me, although I guess it was a GM product. And it's got this turbo LS on it, and it gets out on the track and just freight trains this twin turbo Lamborghini, giving credence once again to my statement, not $400,000 worth of fast.
I just figured out why Australia's awesome. I don't think they have insurance or lawyers here.
They have 1200 horsepower cars with 4 people in them with no helmets, with the express intent of doing burnouts side by side for a quarter mile. There's no fail in this program. Then Gup brought out the big guns, which is his 74 HQ, which is legendary in Australia. It's this bright green thing. He gives rides to everybody at his Power Cruise events. It has a 540 in it with a 106 millimeter turbo called Elvis. And this thing makes 1200 horsepower to the wheels, and it's not really about going fast. It is about blazing tires. We've been awake 40 hours now, and we have to go back to the airport and catch another flight for 4 or 5 hours all the way to the other side of the country. So do the math, and that means we've spent 2 nights on a plane, no hotel room, no shower. Yeah, Australia style. Yesterday was a 36-hour travel day where we flew from LA and then stopped in Brisbane and
ate a koala.
Drove around and raced at Queensland Raceways. And this morning we're in Perth. No, we're in, what's the trash can say? Joondalup. This is the land of cities with too many vowels. And we're about to head off to Gup's event called the Power Cruise, which apparently is just the burnout fest like we've never ever seen before. And we're gonna drive that.
It looks sort of European. Kind of looks like an Audi, but it's a 2006 Holden HQS.
It's an HSV.
HSV?
Yeah. We basically have no idea what it is.
It's a red car with black wheels and 1200 horsepower.
Yeah.
Don't know what it's called, but I know it does this really good.
Yeah. Finally, the real reason that we came. Gup has got this car that is a Holden HSV Club Sport R8, which is a fancy way of saying Pontiac G8 in American. But the thing is, it is loaded with this Sonny Leonard 727 cubic inch Hemi. It's an all aluminum motor, makes 1275 horsepower on 91 octane gas. Check out this throttle body, 3600 CFM. The engine at Sonny Leonard with all these options is like 65 grand. The car, before you even start hacking it up, is 70 grand. And I can't imagine that the guys at High Torque Performance who assembled the whole thing didn't ring up like another 100K on this deal. I can't believe he's actually giving us the keys to this thing.
Ah, this is weird.
Wrong side?
This is
You're
weird.
taking the bullet.
This is weird. I'm buckling up for sure. This isn't safe at all.
When was the last time you drove on the wrong side of the road?
Never in my entire life.
Never been to England, never been to
And not
Australia.
with 1200 horsepower either.
It's a button?
Come on, baby. It says check engine oil. I'm just going to ignore that though. I'm sure they've checked it before they gave us the car.
Treat it like a rental. It's not yours. Let's go.
Driving in Australia.
Don't high center it on the driveway.
Oh, wow.
Ah, traffic.
Oh my God. Get out of the way, we're American. Oh wow, traffic circle. Okay.
Run for your lives.
I hope there's no pedestrians here. They're screwed if there are.
Boss! Oh, dude.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wait.
We're playing chicken.
That was bad.
Hey, you know what? This car has 1,200 horsepower and air conditioning. Let's make it work.
Oh, wow.
You do it. I'm going to concentrate on the left side of the road.
Yeah, I'd suggest you do that.
Haven't seen any kangaroos yet, or koalas. Maybe that's a myth. Maybe they're not really around.
They don't really exist?
Yeah. Like, that's a myth to lure tourists here. And then you get here and you realize there's nothing to see.
It worked for us.
Yeah. Suckers. How do we get off this circle?
There's a roundabout.
Yeah, how do we get off this roundabout?
Unfortunately, we're going to have to change lanes, I think. You just missed it. That was it over there.
We're going to, dude, this is going to be our third trip around this thing.
Don't worry, people aren't staring.
No. Well, can't get over it. Alright, dude, I don't care. I'm cutting people up. I'm getting out of the circle right now.
I don't know which way we're going, do you?
I'm going this way. Oh, I'm turning the wipers on too.
Well, we just took a cruise up by the ocean by 2 rocks. Is that what that was?
I was avoiding not hitting 2 cars, dude.
Neat lagoon, really, really green, pretty water out there. So we made that cruise. I really have no idea what city we're in. Just having a little bit of a charging issue. You really got to keep the RPM up to keep the batteries charged. And back there at the light, we came to a stop and the voltage came down and it died. So we're thinking we're going to cool it off a little bit here and maybe have a bite to eat and hit the road again.
It's 154 liters a gallon?
I don't know what the 154 is, but it's liters.
Where do you put the card in?
You don't.
Nobody steals gas in Australia.
Apparently.
Very trusting here.
And that premium's 98.
Wow. We've gone like, what, 80 miles and we're out of gas?
Yeah, pretty much. And it has a huge tank. What did we put in the other day? 30?
30 gallons.
Yeah, 30 gallons, and we've gone probably 80 miles, something like that. But one of the things I figured out is that this being 727 cubic inches, basically each 4-cylinder bank on this motor is the size of a 350 small block Chevy. So it's like having 2 350s. So if those 350s get 12 miles per gallon, this gets 6. It all adds up, right?
Adds up to an expensive ride. That's what that adds up to. I wasn't standing there very long. How did I pump 57 liters in it already? How many gallons is that? How many gallons are a liter?
I'm American, I know nothing.
Okay, so we've been driving a couple hours now.
Dirt.
And we've now approached a dirt road in the middle. We're lost, dude.
You think Gup minds if we drive his car on dirt?
He might mind a little. You know what I mind though is...
No kangaroos?
No koalas, no kangaroos. I'm starting to think it really is a conspiracy to get tourists here.
Okay, well, but the good news about all of that is that we are in the middle of nowhere with a nice little paved road.
Burnouts?
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I like burnouts. It does good burnouts.
I approve.
Your favorite gauge is not happy right now. See that?
Yep. The engine's hotter than a transmission. I think
that's a bad sign. This is a brand new car. How could it be overheating?
It has 727 reasons to overheat.
Yeah, but...
I know how to fix it, though.
Ooh. Why not? Just because we're in Australia doesn't mean the rules don't apply.
Wow, there's some unusual bugs on the hood, too. Let's go for the shade over there. Let's go make some laps and cool it down.
I think burnouts would cool it down.
They're leaving nothing on the table with the flies here. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I feel much better about not seeing koala bears now.
Check this guy out. I think this guy spun out and landed there and walked away from his car.
Dude, it does look like he's oh yeah,
Oh,
look,
look,
the
he
wheels
broke the wheel off.
The wheel is busted off.
That's awesome.
He
Oh,
broke,
and
the,
broke the front
center.
wheel.
He broke the center out of the wheel.
That is cool.
Whoa. We just saw our first roadkill. It's like a purplish looking Ford Festiva or something. I don't know. Looks like he spun out and hit a curb and actually broke the centers out of his wheels. And the car's abandoned over here. I think it's been sitting here for a long time because you can see weeds growing up around it. So we're gonna go get a better look. What do I stink or something? Look at this car. This is the image that Gup has in his brain right now.
Of what we're doing to his car.
Of what we're doing to his car.
Completely.
I'm taking a spoke with me. I got a souvenir.
Wow, this thing's hashed. Do you think it was parking brake turn or what? You can see the skids where they came right around here. I wonder if they thought that they were gonna be slick and like drifted around and keep going, and they failed. Pop the hood, let's see if it has a battery. Nope.
Hey, it's kind of like a motor.
Only smaller. This is like 1 cylinder's worth of Gup's motor.
All right, I'm done with the flies. Let's get back in the car.
Yuck! Well, now we can say that we've done hellacious burnouts on 2 continents. It's been a pretty good day, but it's time to wrap it up, try and sleep for the first time on this trip, and hit power cruise in the morning. So we're here at some track I can't even pronounce, looking at cars I don't even recognize, but I know a good turbo blower and nitrous when I see it, and every car here has one. What Gup has put together is kind of like the ultimate cruise night with no cops. Unfortunately, guys in other countries flat out have more balls at car shows than Americans do. And I know that's an outrageous statement. A lot of people are going to be really upset with that. But these guys are all about the throttle. They're not showing up with their baby dolls that they're leaning up against the car. They're not riding their lawn chair all day. It is about showing up and smoking tires. They bring stacks of tires with them to burn them to the rim. Seriously, why don't we do this?
This is the last day of Power Cruise, and this is the Power Skidding Finals. And I guess the goal here is to turn your tires to barbecue sauce, keep the car going as straight as you can, don't use the brakes, don't lift, just make as much smoke as you possibly can. Oh my God, orange smoke. No way. How the hell do you make orange smoke?
Finnegan has been doing most of the driving around with the 727 cubic inches, and I wanted to one-up him, and so Gup hooked me up with Frank Gaffiero, who has this truck that has 1,500 cubic inches and 2,200 horsepower and weighs 8 tons. Watch this. It was really weird to be out there in this giant truck, like towering above these little cars all circling around us. The thing that makes this thing crazy is it only runs about mid-12s in the quarter mile, about 110 miles an hour, but it just lights up the tires so easily. Fun part of it was taking the giant semi-truck and doing that big donut at the end, making smoke everywhere. Well, dude, you failed us on the kangaroos, but left nothing on the table when it comes to burnout action. This thing has been a lot of fun.
Did you have a good time with it yesterday? You took it out the highway for a drive?
Yeah, we putted it around a little bit. It was good. We learned to drive, you know.
Did you behave yourself?
Oh, completely babied it.
Since you didn't do anything yesterday, I guess the only thing to do now is rock, paper, scissors. Who's going to take it in the drags today?
You gonna let us race the thing?
I'll let you race it.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Smash! Again! I always win this.
I quit.
Get out of the way. I'm racing.
No, you're not. You're in the wrong side of the car, dude.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and say that I intentionally gave up the seat in the drag race because there is no chance he's making it through this drag race. He's gonna blow the tires off the thing, possibly put it into the wall, and I don't want to be that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Finnegan.
I'm about to go street racing on a drag strip in a car that I've never hole-shotted before, on drag radials that I'm not allowed to do a burnout on to warm up. This is gonna be awesome. I roll up to the starting line for race number 1, and I think they cherry-picked somebody for me because I was at the back of the line and they sent me around to the front of the line and lined me up with some dude, I don't know who he was, and I just kind of gingerly rolled it off the line, made sure the tires were hooked, and then gave it maybe a quarter of a throttle and drove by this guy for an easy win. That was a little too easy. Okay, so my next race is a white 4-door Holden Commodore. Looks like something my grandma would take to church, but since everything here is supercharged or running N2O, that's nitrous for you kids at home. You never know, this guy could be something stout. What do you got in there?
Not much, not as much as you got in there.
Ah, it's all chrome, don't worry, it doesn't run for shit. Okay, that wasn't exactly fair for the other guy. I left him like he was chained to the pole behind him.
He's not doing bad, but I can't deny that it looks like they are putting up ringers in this race. And by ringer, I mean the slowest guy they can find to line up with them.
So I come back around and I'm feeling, pretty cocksure about myself.
That's a good looking car right there. It'd be a damn shame when I send him packing. This one's for America. Ah, shit, man.
In the third race, I don't know what happened, but I just floored it off the line. The car unhooked. When I realized it's not accelerating, I shift into high gear and give it even more gas because I'm an idiot.
All of a sudden there's a moment where the thing kicks really sideways and he's got to choose between the wall, Australia, jail, and a car owner who's way bigger than him, or he gets to just look like a chump. And he chose chump, which actually is what I would have done as well.
And as the much slower and crappier car pulls away from the most expensive Holden ever built, all I want to do is choke the hell out of a koala, because I just lost a race I should have won.
Sorry, America. We just got our asses kicked.
I said to him, you should use first gear, I might give you a bit more of a drive, Try using first gear as well. He used first gear, he used too much pedal, smoked the tyres, and then he stayed on it while he went to second gear. It looked good, but he lost.
This is going to sound like an excuse, but the Holden is utterly useless in a drag race. It's too much torque, too little tire, too little talent on the part of the driver.
Now that I've lost and I can't race anymore, they can't exactly kick me out for smoking the tires now, can they?
Look, now he's smoking it out up there.
It makes good smoke. I think the tires are defective. I do a burnout right next to him with his own car. That was great.
What did we learn?
We learned that you struggled awfully hard to cheat me out of the driver's seat so that you could embarrass yourself.
I'm not embarrassed. You see the smoke I made?
I did.
Here, there, and up there?
What I actually saw was the moment that you made the choice not to crash Gup's car. You wanted to win really badly, but you just couldn't pile it into the chingadera there.
Well, he's bigger than me. And I'm pretty
quite
sure,
a bit larger than
I'm
you.
almost positive he owns most of Australia. So, yeah, I wasn't getting out of here alive if I wrecked his car.
So, we like the car, we blame him for the lack of kangaroo, we're done.
Yeah, Jesus, where's the koalas in this place?
No koalas, no duckbill platypus, no dingoes, just tire smoke. What is the story? Did they brought rabbits here and the rabbits ate all the kangaroo and the kangaroo ate all the capybara or something like that? I forget exactly how it goes.
You notice there was no Foster's anywhere we went?
No, they don't drink that stuff.
No Foster's, no Paul Hogan.
Not one person has said crikey to me. Can you guys work on that? Actually, you know what the secret is? We didn't even film this episode in Australia. This is actually like Northern California.
We're in Palm Springs.
We just drove
right
on
now.
the wrong side of the street the whole time.
Feels like we're in Palm Springs.
Our budget's that low.
This is long. You want us to do it all over? Why don't we end it with next time on Roadkill, we jump a cat with a bus. Next time on Roadkill, we jump a cat with a bus.
And the bus only gets this much air.
Poor kitty. See, now it's his fault.
Oh, that was a fly on the tooth! Right on the tooth! Chew that up and call it protein.
Your country's kind of buggy. The racetracks in Australia are very scenic. Still no freaking kangaroos.
Dude, this is YouTube. You're supposed to shut the video off the second the credits roll. But if you didn't, here's your bonus. 4 minutes of insane burnout action.